Already know.
Okay. All right. So we have a few things to look at. I was hoping this week was going to give me a little more time to actually finalize revisions for a new document, but it's been kind of a merciless week, so I didn't get a chance to do that. Hopefully next week we will get a new version of the PDF. The only thing that's really been added to this change doc in terms of actual mechanics is that the push frame network, when it's doing close combat attacks from afar that aren't armed, they're like throwing attacks, so you can't really lock somebody in unarmed combat with a ghost, because it would just provide so many exceptions that I've kind of removed it, because like you can throw things at them because that's what it's supposed to be. It's kind of like
you heard me vibrating with excitement about getting the surgery.
No, I heard Ali vibrating with excitement. She was louder.
I was gonna put a push frame network on any single melee character I have and not even have it wield a weapon. Just give me a 12 range instant lock into combat.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it becomes this lockdown thing that doesn't make sense for what it's supposed to be. You're basically slapping them with energy. You're not supposed to be holding them in place. So.
I also wanted to know, can they parry when you hit them with the melee attack?
Yes, and they can actually attack it. It's got an evasion skill. Or
no, with the melee, where you just hit him with the hand. Because there's
it's a range throwing
weapon there.
Now.
Yeah, because it's range throwing now. So that was the issue, was I was going to have to write like a page and a half of exceptions for it, or I can just call it a throwing weapon, and that deals with the vast majority.
Well, how does that work though? Because I know like for if you're using a thing though, it basically makes it, or if you're using like a weapon, it was like if it gets disarmed, you have to go pick it up. But if it's just
that's the same now.
Oh, it's the same. He basically what is?
He specified unarmed attacks with it used throwing.
Yeah, the arm attack is
exactly as it is now.
Oh, okay. So if I'm using a weapon, it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're using a weapon, you can still lock. Yeah.
Okay, that's what
because the enemy can still fight it.
Yeah. No, okay. I'm fine with that then, because I was actually sad. So I'm like, shit. Why did I buy a weapon?
It was more the unarmed stuff.
Oh yeah, I could see I saw all sorts of hijinks with the unarmed that I was like, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just hoping to play it.
And then the other one is there's a stipulation now for grenades where if you have a bunch of grenades on your person and you plan on doing the I'm going to drop them on myself thing, you're only allowed to drop 2 on your own hex at any given point, like as an attack action. Or per turn, or whatever. You can't just be like, okay, I've set this up so that I've pulled an entire string and unloaded 20 grenades on myself, and then I activate my invincibility with a transcendent implant. Because it becomes really gimmicky and silly in a hurry. So in order to keep up the sort of cinematic idea of being quick and spontaneous and stuff, rather than like, I'm going to arrange this certain situation within the rules in which I'm constantly exploding, you are able to drop 2 grenades in your own hex as a turn action if you plan on dropping them.
So it basically just functions as an extension of the current grenade limits.
Yeah.
Now, what if you actually want to remove your character from the board? Can you then...
If you want to do something kind of crazy, then you can always kind of discuss with the DM.
It becomes a plot story thing.
Yeah.
If it's like a plot thing, if they actually make a giant freaking bomb and they spend time doing it.
Yeah. But it's concerns that pop up for things like nullification implants and stuff, where you can just be like, I'm going to walk in there with 100 bombs on my body.
Especially days old breaching charge maneuver.
Okay, so that's it for that. Also, before we start, for those who are watching, we got a neat thing to show off. The miniatures have been implemented into the new miniature visor, so that you can actually create turret characters and lateral characters now. If you want to put that up there for a second, Sam, you can.
Yeah, I'm just showing right now the laterals first. I'm just showing the pre-mades. I'm not gonna.
Let me see. Do I have the link? I'll drop it in the thing so you guys can see, because I think nobody saw it earlier.
Yeah. And then, see, I'm stealthily hiding the actual link so people won't play with it.
Here we go. There, it's an HSD update, so people want to play around with it. This isn't live yet, but it ought to be live within the next couple of days. So you will be able to make your tars and laterals and anything else that you want to make out of some 400 new components, 300 new components, something like that. It's pretty big. that are in
Sam's doing
there.
the horrible thing of not actually adjusting so that anyone can see like what the different torsos look like. I'm just gonna throw different like tor bodies on it because that's the kind of help that I'm giving.
Horrifying. Torrifying.
Torification. The best torso the best lower torso is this one. I don't care what anybody says. The lizard leaping one is a great one.
Oh yeah, the tail flying.
I love that. It is an amazing one.
I like the lizard leaping one with the crossed arms.
Yeah, that's a great combo.
That's pretty great. Just some dude up there just like, what? And jumping at you.
And I think that this is probably the most important additions. Look, it's not a gun.
Yeah, there's a pad. There's some interesting arms. And actually, I discovered playing around with the arm combinations today. You can get some pretty neat stuff, like that little kung fu pose that I put together out of a half-crossed arm and one of the open ones. Worked out pretty neat, actually. That would look cool on a 5-head character.
The snake seriously has booty.
I like the pad in one hand and gun in the other. That's suitably ridiculous.
I also
Especially
like the
if
fact
you're
that
pointing
there's
your gun in
armor
the direction you're
options.
not looking.
Yeah, you gotta toss the gun out. Actually, yeah, put that over there. So this doesn't include the individual custom models that were part of the Kickstarter yet, but it includes all the other stuff that we promised at this point. So these will come out soon, and when these come out, I will put them up on the Kickstarter for people to look at if they want to. I will also caution you, if you are one of the Kickstarter supporters, if you are planning on cashing in your free model, you may want to wait for the custom sculpts that the other people are making to come out, because they will be part of the line. So that's 4 more potential arm and Corso combinations that may be there. Up to you. But moving right along on that, so that's pretty fun. Okay, and with that, I think we are on to actual game, which means we're going to have our moment of mindless self-indulgence.
Yay!
Are we doing Kill Bill now?
No, it was a band. That's self-indulgence, but...
Oh no. I would have
This is
preferred Kill Bill
self-indulgence.
quotes.
Okay. Where did we leave off? We were at arriving on Venus. You guys had just finished your mission on Mercury. You had a little ride over on a TTI ship. They were dropping you off, and you were basically had a little bit of downtime to go off and explore your opportunities for surgical options, for some weapon options, and you were waiting for transmission from back home at Black Watch Station to find out what your next job was going to be. And I can't remember offhand if they gave you an assignment yet. I don't think they did they?
They haven't.
Yeah, I don't think they had. So
I had a very lovely non-date. It caused a little bit of confusion.
Non-date.
Made
There's
some
a little bit of
sad.
stuff there.
Sad face.
And there was you had arrived in a city that none of your characters had really been to before, but previous characters from previous campaigns had been there before. So people who have been watching us for some time.
Oh yeah, I remember we were staying at the same hotel motel where they died.
Yeah.
That was
It wasn't the same room. Lucky you.
How do we
Although
know?
that one
We
is
don't
the
know.
It's the most recently remodeled one. It's down at the end of the hall. It has the new door on it.
Has a new hall.
Kind of airy.
New as of, I'm trying to remember so we can get a baseline of how long it's been. It's probably been
About 10 years?
2-3 years since the events of that
2 or 3
campaign
years? Okay.
took place. Oh no, not that one. Sorry, because that was my campaign where we did that one. So it's been like 13. It's like 3 years after Sam's, something like that, or a year or 2 after Sam's.
So it's been about 13 years?
Oh
So,
my god, my game was canon.
My there. Sorry, what'd you say?
I said, my god, my game is canon.
Well, to our little thing, which is something that I like to encourage people to do, is, because then you can play around with your own characters and it's fun.
I'm gonna need 5 minutes alone in this room with Essel.
So that you can berate her for all the things.
Why did you make me cry?
How dare you go out the way you did? Okay. Traveling back in time, as we often do, we're going to go back about 3 years toward or not 3 years, we're going to go back about 7 years, right about before your 4th year is going in. So a little over 6 years into the 7th year, and get ourselves a little flashback. Today is from Lynn, who we have not actually heard from yet. Log reads. I don't know who reads these, but I'm going to bend your ear for a while. I might as well. We're supposed to be open with the corpse so they can keep tabs on our emotional state. So congratulations. You get front row seats. Heel and I have officially called things off after some 2.5 years of relationship and a few months of waffling. I haven't found new quarters yet. Tisa wants me to stay with her for support, but I don't feel right about it, considering. I don't want Keel to feel like I'm running from him. There was nothing he could have done, nothing I could have expected him to do to work this out. When you work this long in the dark, hoarding company secrets and living off the grid, you start to feel like you don't exist. He wants a legacy. He wants progeny. He wants to raise kids so they can remember a nice dad who taught them neat things and can carry that legacy forward to their own children, and a nice mom for that matter. It was a marital condition, one he wisely brought up before proposing. I told him I'd think about it. I want children, he knows I do. It caught him by surprise when I refused. It sort of caught me by surprise too. I told him I was scared about their safety. Our team gets torn up every other mission. I come home in a bucket half the time. They'd have to deal with that. Plus, they'd be at risk too. They might be with me or nearby on a remote op. Their proximity would put them at risk. Their relation might too. We're not really sure how that works. I said we were bad candidates for parenting. He suggested we quit. He's been doing this for 40 years, more, I think. He was ready to give it up. Said I could rent more books, or maybe we could travel, use all that stored cash to give the kids some amazing childhood to look back on. Maybe feel like we did right by somebody who'd remember it. It was a really good idea. I think we're going to be all right to work together. We're both too old to get too wrapped in emotional fallout anymore, but I feel awful. He could never figure out why I kept holding on to that easily solvable issue as my point of refusal, because his proposition was valid. Yes, the children would be at risk, but life is risk. I know that. That would just be their existence, and we'd make the most of it. And if that was miserable, then we'd leave and take them someplace else. I'd be all right with leaving. I could always come back. I'm not running out of time. My issue could be resolved if I let it. I refused to let it. He couldn't figure out why. And so we're done. It's because I lied about the issue. I can see a future coming where he will be dead, and his progeny will be dead, and their progeny will be dead, and I will still be alive. So far removed from the emotions that spawned them that I can't even identify them as mine anymore. I see me centuries away, remembering perfectly that I once loved my offspring, but not knowing at all what that emotion feels like, because no one remains who shared it with me. I can see that feeling of parenthood being pushed lower and lower in overall importance as I update my emotional references until it's just a dot somewhere in my past. Meaningless, like reading a book about things you've done, knowing they happened but having no context or grounding for their importance. No emotional attachment to them. I don't want that hell for myself. I want someone with me to share that agony when they die before I do, or when their children die before I do, to keep reminding me of the horror of an endless existence so I never become numb to it. Because if I do, if I can forget a thing as important as this, then that's it. That's me as a pile of micro machines, not a person. Pretending to feel, unable to care. I can't do this with a partner who's flesh and blood. And I can't tell him that, because the idiot would try to join me. End log.
Hard to campaign.
Lighthearted campaign, everybody!
You are now on Venus. You have kind of your own options at the moment. Nobody's really contacted you, short of saying, stay out of trouble, and don't contact people that you weren't previously in touch with, which was the same line that you had before, because you are still supposedly being sought after.
And we're dead.
And you're dead, which is a little awkward. But you have been given lists of local places that you can get surgical operations at, that are TTI hospitals that won't ask questions. You just flash your badge and they'll be like, oh, yeah, sure, have a table. And you will still have to pay for it, sorry.
Do we get any kind of discount?
Places for the not ask questions is the discount. But
The not ask questions would normally be at an up.
At an upcharge, yeah. you can do those there, or you can go and get weaponry or changes to your
What,
your
or
loadouts
both?
and stuff
Can we
if you
do
want
both?
to. Yeah, all of the above. You came in at a spaceport that's kind of outside of town. The majority of the shopping areas and all the big buildings and stuff are in downtown. And I think you guys are currently in that general vicinity because that's where your, hostel,
Nice.
hotel.
Well,
How did I get there?
Oh yeah. Can somebody put her in something?
Like maybe a trench coat?
All right. Can you wear the spacesuit and Spider-Man your way there?
Well, actually, a better question. Svnt, how
Yeah.
easily can I let most of my features go?
Fairly, I'd say. You just kind of become a puddle, though.
So if I become indistinct,
Hmm.
Yeah, but
You can start making your way through like drain pipes.
yeah, fuck it, I'll go that way.
You're gonna go all Venom style or something?
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
bye.
in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to come along, Penny? I'm sure you can fit.
No, I think I gotta stop myself from stuttering. I think I'm gonna make sure that BB and Drac don't get lost. And be a little bit better vantage to look around.
Yeah, well, you'd be good. Stay out of trouble. You too, Toberius. Stay out of trouble.
Yeah, come on, Toberius. This will be fun.
You young folk like your jazzercise and stuff.
I know you young folk like your trouble, but stay
Well,
out.
I mean, you can always take Toberius with you. It might be fun for him.
You won't fit in a
Don't
drain
think
pipe.
Toberius will fit into the pipes. We can try.
You
We
will
can
it?
try
It
Toberius
won't
there.
be. Just
No,
believe-
thank you.
I'll
Actually, if
see
anybody
what
could
it is.
sneak you to the hotel room, it would be Toberius.
In all honesty, we can get you there. I doubt anyone will notice you're here.
And how would you suggest that? Just walking?
I look over at Drax. Is Drax carrying a backpack?
Drac is carrying many backpacks.
Looks over at Tisa, points at a backpack.
Darling, I have been cooped up on space stations and ships. I want to roam. Not be stuck in somebody's bag.
It is also a good way for her to get to look around.
At drain pipes?
Drac just looks
Okay,
at it. The dick is
another idea.
walk with
How-
purpose.
How indistinct can you make your features, and can you change color?
Yes, I can change color. I can, just melt down into a puddle. Sort of come up as a blob. Reform.
Okay, we can make ourselves. We can hide you by making you.
Can
as
you
obvious
look like
as
a
possible.
kitty?
I don't think I can look like a kitty, dear.
There was an old Earth movie, and we can pretend it's one of those. What are they called?
I don't know. I've never seen these movies.
No, the games that a lot of vectors play that are toggle based and multi-user.
Don't
Oh,
worry.
yeah.
No.
Some sort of like
Moose,
projector things.
Was it?
The VR things.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. There was a movie called The Blob, and it was this amorphous pink blob that ate people, and we could pretend that we're playing the game, and we have
Wouldn't
someone
that lead
chasing
to
us who
people
is-
like if she pretends she's chasing us? Won't people shoot at her?
Probably not.
Would she have to
If
eat
we're
people?
running away screaming in terror and laughing on occasion.
Yeah, but the screaming in terror is the part where I think it would cause a problem.
Fine, no fun.
I
Just
think I'll
work-
take the drain pipes, dears.
Alright.
If somebody could
Are you
pick me
sure
up
you're
a-
gonna be okay by yourself? I mean, I can go that way. It's just, I don't like dealing with feral animals.
Sure, are you worried about rats?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what they have on this planet. I'm worried about whatever it is down there. There's usually like all sorts of weird, creepy stuff cleaning up things. Also, the bugs are like this big, and I've got my hands like really far apart.
Oh, most nymphs are harmless, dear.
This big!
I'm just looking at Penny as she does that, and I'm like, well, that is kind of scale accurate for her.
Well, if you could be dears and pick me up, I don't know, a hat and a trench coat or something along the way, I'll try and loop it on once we go out again. But I'm just going to take my own way to the
Ninja
hotel.
Turtlesing it.
Oh, okay. I could do that for you.
Okay. I'm going to use my favorite shoulder, which is going to be BB for now. I don't really like using him because he's got, like, space up there.
Am I carrying my rifle, Jack, dear?
I can do this. You'll
thank you.
grab it and just
Don't
sling it
get
over your
lost,
shoulder.
okay?
Oh, I'm sure she'll, tap her eye, like just actually sink her finger into it. Oh, you to the eye, I'm sure I'll be able to track where I'm going.
Oh, why do you have to do that? Oh! Sounds already squickish. Oh!
Goop into the nearest drain pipe.
Hate you.
Alright. She vanishes. The rest of you proceeding to where?
I want to go get a surgery.
Huge.
Okay.
Surgery time.
There is a hospital, TTI operations center. If that's what you're going for, they can do all operations unless you're looking for a reclaim or not.
I have a reclaim I would like to pick up, but
You can do that on the street. It's a really quick thing. You just need to find a pulse station that has them.
can I find one between here and there?
Probably. Let's do.
There's something that intrinsically seems wrong to me about picking up a surgery on the street.
Well, it's basically you get
Well,
injected and it's genetic change.
It's just the thing of like the saying of getting it on the street to see.
Not
I-
yet.
all I can think of is
an
this-
actual little building on the
I
main.
like to think of them as those
Yeah, I'm
little
imagining like a
suicide
street
booths.
vendor, like where you get street dogs from.
You know the suicide booths from Futurama? That's what I think of.
It's like one of those. No, it is actually a pulse center. You have to talk to somebody because there's an interview you need to go through ahead of time where they assess whether or not you're basically deserving of it.
No,
I
I'm
don't
imagining
like
like a hot dog
this.
booth, dude under a fucking red and white umbrella, fat paunch, and a fucking tank top. Going, hey,
With
you
a
want your surgeries
large
over here?
table in front of them.
Let me grab this character sheet. Oh, I'm in the wrong volume. That's why I can't find it. Click. Click. There it is. Okay. Yeah. So do a mind exert and we're going to say protocol.
Mind exert and protocol?
Yep.
Okay, I get 4 dice for this, yo. And I get a d10 and a +2, because apparently I haven't leveled up that protocol too much. I did okay, though.
Yeah, it's not bad. So you're pretty sure you can find sort of the entertainment sector where this might take place. So you can swing by through there.
Okay, I'm gonna be. Hey, baby, can you swing this way? I want to try and get some reclaims. I think I qualify for at least one. I gotta check my coupons. You know, the me that's been going for 10 years longer should have like racked up some serious points. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. What are you looking to do?
Well, I was thinking it would be kind of neat if I could jump a bit better. Don't you think that'd be kind of neat?
Well, they probably would make it easier to get up here.
Yeah, it's a little bit less awkward that way.
Yeah, she has had to cling to some areas, BB. It's been a lot.
It'll make the being very tiny thing much easier to deal with, yes?
Sure. Yeah.
I just imagine that the armor has essentially a ladder built along the side of it.
That's pretty much what I figured Drax done by now.
Don't worry. You're going to be reaching really soon here this stage called "Fuck It, Too Tall."
There's like a rope hanging from the antlers, you know.
Yeah,
Something.
just no, just not
That's the
happening.
BB standard, appearance. Had nothing to do with Penny coming along. You just had things strung from the antlers. You will find the place. It's a nice facility. They're not particularly large, but it's very
Spacious. It's huge.
fun. It's definitely made with the idea of like what you know of these particular operations is that Pulse isn't necessarily trying to withhold them from people. There are interviews and kind of tests you have to go through before you, quote, qualify for one, depending on how many you've had. They usually give the first one out just really, really easy because it hooks you in of how cool you could be.
Just look how cool you can be, right?
Yeah, but after that, you do have to start keeping a rolling record with them of like how many you have and whether or not you're actually qualifying for them. But the idea is that the tests and the surveys are all tailored to your own individual activities, and it's all meant to be very sort of self-empowering. So it's kind of fun and adventurous and therapeutic and stuff, unless you fail. So how many do you have already?
I have 2 already, and I recently got enough landmarks to get 3.
Okay, so you will have to go through a bit more of an elaborate survey than you recall having to do for the earlier ones because you've racked up a few at this point.
I think how many do we need for the third?
9 landmarks total.
Yeah.
I think you can only have 4 total, right? Like 4, yeah. So you're nearly to the edge.
Oh,
of
I
what
might
they'll
not be
actually
able
give
to
you.
because I think I had my map for I thought it was 8.
Yours is
got used
rounding up
Oh.
with a division thing, so
Okay, yeah. Nope, I can't get one. Scratch that then.
Oh.
you should go anyway and get turned down.
Shall we have me get turned down? Sure.
Oh, turn down service is pretty useful.
Does BB
Darn.
qualify since he's there?
None of us should right
No.
now.
No.
Okay.
None of us
Not
should.
quite there. All right. So you can look in there wantingly, being like, "I wish I could jump that high."
Yeah. Now I'm sad because I would have actually done leaping before I would have done climbing grip. Damn it. Oh well. Shoulda, shoulda, woulda. Okay. I guess I'm not cool
You'll
enough.
wave at them, and they will be like, "Why don't you come in and see the greatest you can be?" And you will look at your little coupons and realize that you don't have nearly enough Starbucks points yet.
I thought I had
And-
enough points and I didn't.
And they're like, "Oh,
Even the most efficient spender among us should be about 61 XP away from getting landmark surgery free.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm
Yeah,
looking,
so-
it's going to be another
landmark.
120 for me, I guess. Because I need to get one more landmark.
So you will pass that one by and head toward the actual hospital, which is a larger facility and has a variety of different services available to it. So what were you looking to get?
Well, I know I'm getting surgery, but who else is getting surgeries?
I'm getting macro surgery.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna need a bigger room.
Gonna need a bigger room. I wanted to get the thing that we talked about, the push frame network. I want to get that.
Okay. So these are both fairly advanced, actually. You're gonna have to go in there and be like, slap your money on the table, like, "Excuse me, I demand some service." You don't actually have to demand service, but you will have to schedule an appointment for
I will
these.
schedule my
which will
appointment.
Okay, so you can go in there, and there will be a victor at the front who will be like, "Oh, so you're looking for this is so you're aware that this is a fairly invasive procedure, right? It's difficult to remove. If you're ever caught, arrested, or stuff, you may run into situations where they have to deactivate it, which can be a little disconcerting, since it is such a large object." And they're like, "Okay, so I'll sign this, and we will need one finger as collateral." No, I'm kidding. Everything. I'm not. We don't need any.
Penny already having severed finger looking up. Oh, can you put that
Look
back
up a Drac
on?
holding a knife. Just, oh,
And they're like, "Okay, so as for this, so you're aware that your dietary habits will change once you receive macro surgery. There is a lot of follow-up work because the metabolism is so high, and you are going to be considerably larger. Have you come over here, if you would, please, before we go through this?" And she brings out a ladder, and she says, "I need you to climb this. And go to like the 3rd step from the top."
Drac will climb it.
Okay, and she's like, "So this is about where your head is going to be in most situations. It's important that you understand how awkward it is to get around most buildings at this height before we go through this. You will be crouching pretty much any time you're indoors."
Drac goes, "It is fine. I am still mostly smaller than sister."
Do we have her on file? I guess we could check.
I'm not sure. Most of it, I think, is genetics. I'm not
I
sure.
think he comes from a very big family.
Oh, well, just go ahead and sign the paperwork here, and be aware that this particular thing does not undo very easily. You will probably need body replacement if you decide to come back from this.
Don't worry, that can be arranged if needed.
I jump off cliff. It's fine.
No, I hit
Do
ground
you want
very
to get
hard.
anything done, baby? And get your horn shined?
Oh no, that's okay.
Where I'm from, it's illegal to shine deer.
What
It's
about
not that different process in different parts of town.
what about you, Toberius? You thinking about getting any work done?
Oh, right. Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I have a list.
Oh,
Need
okay.
Smiles.
You gonna pass on your list?
Yeah, give me a second.
There's a list.
And I put that in the wrong place.
I'm like, I didn't see anything. Where'd they go?
Everybody gets to see it in general OOC. NC wireless hub, utility eye, voice, and hollow emitters.
Where is this?
It's in the HSD channel. He posted it there.
Oh.
It's gonna be like those weird things where somebody's gonna come by later and be like, "What the hell was that?" And then he deleted it.
Okay.
He's getting a brain can work on. They're doing something major to him.
I need to check here.
Do you already have the internal battery thing?
Yeah, I think you need the battery. Do you have it?
Didn't see a
You need that for the
reactor?
hollow emitters.
No, you don't need the reactor for the hollow emitters.
Oh, you need it for the supercharge for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's a later
Yeah.
purchase.
Hollow is dermis. Yeah. Simple effects are fine. If you have an internal reactor, you can be supercharged to create the outfit of a big one. Yeah, it still works if you don't have it. Okay, cool. They're like, all right, so we're going to have to do a bunch of things over here. These aren't terribly complicated, though. We'll just go ahead and mark you down for this evening. So if I can have all of you back here, and they give you some different times to come through, and they can probably work on the first of you in about a couple hours or so. So you've got a little time to
Baby,
get some
did you want to
food
get any
or
work
look
done?
around a little bit.
Oh no, I'm good.
You sure? I could probably loan
yeah,
you
of
some
course.
if you want to get something done.
I'm
just saying.
I shun surgery, eh? I think you should only have what God gave you. As he puts both his forearms up to his head. Just lets people worry about that.
It's
one
like, oh
for a minute.
no, I don't want to be a freak, eh?
Breathes in with his redundant respiratory system, or enjoys his metabolic backup.
Well, was there anything you're saving up for?
Oh, I probably should, work out a little bit more.
Oh, you want to get some physical enhancements?
It would probably come in handy,
Well, it
That
would be
way
pretty
I
good
could
versus some of the
carry
really...
these a bit easier.
Yeah, it
He
would.
says, lifting his guns.
It would be really nice if you could actually, wield one in each hand. Huh.
Ooh, that's certainly an idea.
Yeah. How short are you on that, Hatdan? From getting that?
A couple thousand, basically.
Okay. Penny's making a
Yeah.
mental note. She's going to start saving up because you're her favorite mount.
You can buy him a saddle.
No, I don't need that.
They're not that
I want him to be more devastating in combat. I need my battle steed. There's nothing more terrifying, I think, than somebody riding a moose into combat. Oh, there probably is.
Yes, there is.
That's
A moose wielding two battle axes.
Terrifying.
riding a moose into combat.
Ali, were you getting anything that was different than previous?
I can't get surgery 3.
But I said before that there was a thing. So we were
I'd already incorporated everything that's
Oh,
recommended.
okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm.
Oh, actually, saying that, because I thought Hollow Array required the thingamajiggies, I may pick that up. I need to check if I've got the slots.
Okay. Yeah, you just can't make the giant Godzilla one.
Yeah.
You can make the standard stuff.
I don't think I have the slots for that. I don't know how expensive that one is. How much was that, Toby?
It's cheap. It's 100 credits.
What's that?
The Hollow
The Hollow Array. Yeah, it's 100 credits.
Yeah, it's not expensive.
And it's a dermis augment, so you should have that slot.
Yeah, I should have that slot. Well, kind of. I think my Transcendent Manifestation's in like 3 different slots, so I think I did.
Yes.
But you'd still have a second dermal slot.
But it just does it just make you let you have like cool layout overlays or something?
The Hollow Array is a complicated dermal augment that situates small hollow projection systems in your skin, tailoring for out of the way and featuring redundant lenses so they can make use of it even while clothed. While the projected effects still need to be pre-programmed, a simple effects app that comes with the operation can allow you to do things like throw fake fireballs, create holographic signs, give yourself light wings, and just about anything else you can dream up with a few minutes prep.
I think this is going to be one of those things Penny's going to see in action and want one, but at the same time, she wouldn't think about it for herself because of the fact that no one's going to notice. Sad face.
But
How
you'd
I'm
be
gonna
much
play it
brighter.
I'm going to play it off as Tisa's always had this, but she turned it off years ago.
I forgot about it.
Well, she just didn't see the point of it, but now that she's being more social...
Oh man, I want you to do the thing where you like manifest on your tendrils like little puppets. You're like, I used to do this.
Sam,
Huh?
there's a couple things you can get that will bring back your days of having excitation.
No.
You can get a reactor.
No. I'm already going as far as I can like legitimately push myself. It's fine.
Do you have a core surgery?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Wait, nope, that can be corrected. You just need to get new blood.
No, you see, there's this thing called Sam Squickish about surgery, and she's already pushing
Sam,
it.
listen, you don't have to be worried about your squickishness. Just replace all of your blood with this strange, like, goopy substance here.
No,
okay?
Sam has a squickishness about this. No, doesn't like
Drain
it.
every ounce of it and replace it permanently with this
All
black
right,
glue.
goodbye, everybody. See you later.
Yeah, Tisa has a free slot. Tisa has a lot of free slots.
Yeah.
And that was the day Sam quit the game.
Goodbye.
Okay, so you guys have a couple hours to like get your food and stuff. They actually did recommend that the one getting the microsurgery not eat ahead of time. So
You're gonna be hungry later.
you're gonna be hungry later, and it's better to not have you digesting regular food to begin with. And then they were Penny. They're not too concerned about what you're eating. But that's about it for getting you guys started.
For Penny, they're going. So just so you know, we need you to sign off some paperwork here, because you're so little and these things are so big.
This would all be much easier if you just got a bigger body at the same time. Are you planning on upgrading to a newer body at some point in the future?
It
Because
really
you
would
just
be better to do it
install
just now.
Yeah. It would be more expensive to do it twice. Are you thinking about staying small? Do you like being small?
I'm not
Girl
gonna say
macro.
anything, but you know, having this disability won't get you far in life.
That's good. Struggle on. KBO. All right.
You look short stacked. You might want to think about getting bigger.
Ali, where are you headed?
To the hotel.
Okay, so you can make your way off in that direction through a meandering route and kind of get an idea of the city as you go.
Yeah, she's taking her time.
Right. It is a neat place. Looks different from most of the spots that you've been to on Mars. Did you say you spent a lot of time on this planet, or where were you most of the time?
Ooh, I've always played her off as roaming, but she probably roamed
Okay.
between a couple of planets, so Mars and the local areas, so maybe here.
Right, so it's a little familiar. It's kind of neat to see the coastline again because this coastline's way different from Mars's. In most of their areas, you can see these sort of cement-like substance that came out of Venus's terraforming. Most of the stuff that the buildings are built on are all anchored in this really rock-like area. There's topsoil, but when it comes through, there's this big lattice work and kind of suspended caves and cool things like that. It's all very strong. So off in the distance where you see other towns and stuff, they are cantilevered over the coast at a considerable distance. That looks like it would be ready to collapse if it was something else. But and the coastlines is clear water way off then. But around here, you don't have quite the view of the beach that you were hoping for. During the day, it's all right. You can see it, but the water is just sort of unfriendly. It's dark and cold looking over there.
Don't have to tell the Interformic character about friendly.
Yeah, it just reaffirms your desire to not go swimming in this case, because the waves are high. There are people hanging out with it. Surf population is surprisingly low. They're out there. People are still playing on the ground, but the beach is unfriendly. It's rocky. It's sharp. There's no kind of sandy area there. So it's only sort of the diehard folks.
It's a coastal place. It's not a beachfront.
Yeah. Elsewhere on the planet, there are some pretty ones, not this particular location. And you are staying kind of away from the inner city because that's not where your hotel is listed, but you can see giant buildings, soaring up there in the middle that look pretty cool. You'll make it to the hotel in time for everybody to get an email. It is from Keen and his wayward buddy. So those of you who are checking will get a message along the lines of, hello, it's Keen. That's Urkiel, because I keep screwing his name up. And it's a video message, and it's him and Aiden on what looks to be another ship, different ship, the one that you guys are used to, actually. You've been on it once or twice before, but this is the one that belongs to the company. And they're like, hey, so we're on our way. We're coming to meet you at Venus. It's going to be a bit of a trip, but we're going to be operating off the planet for a little while because the station needs a scrubbing. Something kind of came up. Aiden, he sort of looks back at Aiden, who is like waving and looks more or less all right, but doesn't seem to be particularly jovial and looks a little downcast when the mention of something sort of happened.
That look of I didn't experience it, but I know something killed me.
Something would occur, and it's like, so we're not. There's a weird security issue going on right now. We're really not sure what occurred, but some sort of incursion took place. TTS looking it over. We're going to make sure that the station is actually still usable. So it'll take them a while to pass judgment. In the meantime, rather than wait, we're going to head off to where you are, and we'll just take residence at one of our site locations. We've got them all over the planet. So we'll be meeting you in about a week. Until then, we got jobs for you guys to do. Actually, well, we don't have jobs for you guys to do. We have you guys to go looking for jobs, right? Right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so here's what you need to do. Once you finish kind of like recuperating there, which, a day, don't take a week to recuperate, see if you can find in the local job reports something related to, how should I phrase this? He ponders a little bit, and then Aiden comes forward and goes, see if you can find something interesting. Not like you're working with your standard instincts here. We kind of think you guys will flock toward the right sorts of material. Look for something that is a mystery or
pretend you're the Scooby Gang.
Pretend you're the Scooby Gang.
Get to meet Sam and Dean.
Find yourself a mystery to solve, something related that doesn't look like somebody's wife is cheating on them or like a gang dispute or something. See if you can find the sort of thing that people worthy of the funding you receive would do, and then start doing that thing, and then find out if your instincts were okay. Make a buck.
To relax, do something.
Oh, do we get a lot of funding?
We just spent. Wait, how am I interacting with you? My God, BB, how did you break time and space? Yes, we're
I can talk to a thing that doesn't have the ability to respond to me.
Consider this
in BB's case.
And he's like, BB, I get the feeling right now you'll probably be asked.
We want this to treat this like another team building exercise. We heard about what happened last time. It doesn't need to be quite as extreme as that. Try not to set entire buildings on fire or anything. But if you happen to find a situation in which setting a building on fire is necessary to solve it, I can't necessarily argue with that. Just make sure you're being a team about it. Good. We'll see you soon.
Okay, so you take this corner and I'll take this corner. Start lighting fires.
Well, at least they agreed with the putting the building thing.
There is a PS, like a CC at the bottom that says, "Oh, and tell us what the job you took was."
Job, light old warehouses on fire.
So this was actually
Lunch,
in
ladies.
Wow.
After seeing that at the hotel, gonna actually come out the drain piping system before going in. I figure it's only polite. Go in and get us a room sorted. Do we have a room sorted already waiting for us, or do we have to book one?
No, you do have to book one. How do you want to approach that?
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to form myself up as sort of nice as I can,
Mhm.
Bit of cartoony exaggeration of limbs, bit less uncanny valley, set it off a bit. And then I'm going to put on a sort of holographic smiley face.
Oh. Like it just floats in front of you?
Yeah. Quite close.
Nice. All right. So does it cover your face up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it say around it what I thought it would do is pretend I was one
Yeah,
of
if it's one of those Death Mutes, she hasn't seen that shit. So yeah, you're gonna put on your laughing man face, and go inside and be like, "Hello, can I help you?"
Hi. I'd like to book a room or some rooms for me and a few friends.
I see. Can I get some identification?
Hey, were we ever handed fake ID, or are we running on
kind
real
of have-
ID?
It's like a pass, basically.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm. She'll where's your scanner for such?
she will present a device.
Tisa will extend herself out to it, I guess.
And so it'll scan and accept your toggle essentially, and be like, "Oh, okay, so you're working off a TTI embassy essentially."
Yes.
Going through. Okay, well we can go ahead and set up a room for you. How many people?
Let's see. Me, Benny, BB, Toberius. Let's say 6. BB's quite large. She says, not knowing about Drac.
And all in one room, or?
How much would 2 rooms be?
She will present a figure. Hang on, I actually think I've got something for this in the original
she's
book.
Presenting figure.
Aha.
Also, when Tisa
Speaking
scanned
of
the things, it
figures.
brings up a little thing saying, "Hello, I am a wanted criminal."
Yes. Thankfully, it doesn't do that because it's
With a little
TTO's thing that's
smiley
doing it. It's not ship. It's venturing. Yeah. That's passage.
By the way, I'll make sure to pick up Tisa that hat she requested. There's the hat for you.
What about the coat?
I'm still trying to find a picture of it.
Beautiful hat.
Very inconspicuous now.
The best of hats. Truly.
I'm asking how much it is. I'm wealthy.
Well,
Yvonne, I thought you were changing your background.
Yeah, you were changing that.
Yeah,
no,
what's your...
I decided not to.
Oh.
There's nothing else that really works.
It's still funny though.
Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna use it or?
That right there is pretty good. I'm picturing
I may
Tisa.
as well. Yeah, I'll use my third passive.
Okay, fine. Good, because I finally got to rent.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
How
what
much
I'm
is it, by
picturing
the
for your
way?
disguise.
For 600 square feet, it's 100 credits for a month. That's not particularly large, so you guys would probably want a couple rooms or something. But basically, you can because you're not staying there for a month necessarily, but you're planning on staying for a couple of weeks. I would say that you're probably looking at 200 credits.
Yeah, she'll cover that easily
Okay.
if she doesn't have to.
Yep. So you were able to bypass the cash by means of your money. Goes. And what's your name?
Oh, my name's Claire.
Okay, Claire. Well, come on through and we'll show you the place. So, are you new? Are you coming in from out of town, or?
Oh, yes, we just got back from a little vacation on Mars.
Oh, neat. Well, welcome to it. I guess you guys just managed to get past the quarantine.
Yes, it was fairly close. Thankfully, we got through without, having to brush by that nasty place.
Right. Well, here's the room, and you just go. Here's some extra keys. Just assign them to your identification numbers for your other folks, and they'll be able to come in when they please.
Okay, thank you very much. I will tip her.
You guys, thanks.
Was she a cow?
As a matter of fact, we're gonna say yes, just because there was a tip to it. And as she leaves, she's going to kind of look back a little bit, like, and go back up to the front.
Wow, this room's boring.
It's kind of nice. It's not amazing. I think this was kind of like your budget set hotel the last time that we had people staying here. But it's okay. It doesn't smell bad.
It's clean. That's what matters.
Yeah. Things don't seem to be leaking too much, at least any more than usual. And you can be there for the time being. As
Penny's gonna have a fit when she gets there.
Just cause?
No, she's gonna be unclean, unclean, and then she's gonna be measuring and then complaining that it's this inferior structure does not actually have proper.
I will also send off a message to the rest of the party, going under the identity of Claire for room booking.
All right. So you guys will get that from Claire.
Awesome.
Is there anything anybody wants to do before their little date with the surgeon?
I'm just gonna purchase a small weapon and that's it.
Okay. What did you want to get?
I'm picking up a death mark.
Okay. Oh, I thought you got that on the ship.
Oh, did I? Okay, I'm still got that.
Yeah,
you did. Okay, never mind.
You got that on the ship already.
Right, I have a death mark.
So you have that, and was anybody else buying anything equipment-wise? Because you can probably do it before the surgery happens.
Well, on the ship, I picked up a few items.
Okay. Oh, you can have those shipped now at this point to get them to the base or your new room.
Yes, I will have the hardware shipped to the new room, to the new place.
Did anybody have the background ability for that, or do you have to?
I think so.
I think it's a military one. I thought somebody had military.
Yeah, I have military. It's positive ability 3. How far do you have to be again to get
How many landmarks do you have?
7?
You're fine.
Okay. I think it's 6 landmarks. So.
Yep. So you've got that. So you can have those sent over from the ship without having to pay fees for it. So they'll all get your stuff over nice and neat to the hotel room, including anything that you're buying over here. So Tisa, shortly after you get the room secured, you're going to get a buzz of like an incoming shipment, basically. And as you look out in the hallway, there are crates. There's quite a bit of them. Unfortunately, you do a body perceive and search real quick.
Can do. Free.
Remember, everybody, existence is pain.
Free. There. Terrible.
Is that double ones or no? Yeah.
That's double ones. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you're looking into the hallway and you see a whole bunch of boxes that basically have your names on them, and can drag them into the room.
She will pick them up and put them into the room because she can carry a lot.
Nice.
900 pounds. Per dice success. Yeah.
So the room fills up pretty good. Did you want to put them all in yours, or did you want to like send some to the adjacent room?
She'll put them all in the room she's currently in. People can sort them out after they.
Okay. The rest of you are going into surgery soon, so you can head off to the doctor's offices, and they will lead you into your separate bays and anesthetize you where applicable, which leaves BB without anybody to talk to for a little while.
Oh, that's okay. I can just sit here and drink my coffee and have a donut.
There are no donuts in the hospital. It's a place of healthy people.
I don't
I'm kidding.
know
There's
if
totally
you've ever
donuts in
been
the
in a
hospital.
hospital then.
There's totally donuts. It's a place of people who need the consolation of food.
Up till the point that I have my surgery, I'm going to be sitting there kind of just yammering on at BB about things. BB, you're going to get an earful about possible existential crises that might not make any sense to you. But I'm not stuttering while I'm talking about it for a change. And I'm also just kind of occasionally having this strange epiphany kind of ramble about, like, is it really your fault if you turn a light off in a room and then somewhere across, existence, a star gets snuffed out? Is that somehow still related to you? Is it not related to you? It's not really an action that you had anything to do. And do you really believe somebody if they tell you that you don't have to worry about blame because they start telling you that before they start talking about anything else? I mean, is that like a clue? Should you be worried about blame?
I like to believe that BB never really catches on to like her stutter no longer being an issue, and just assumes that she's working really hard and just congratulates her after she finishes every sentence. Like,
well, that's really
doing
good.
real good there.
You did really good, eh?
I did notice that it was gone, but
He did notice.
only in the sense that it was gone, not necessarily like I have any idea why.
Why?
So yeah, maybe you're just opening up because you finally got enough donuts.
I'm just like opening up to you. It's like apparently like I'm trying to have this. I may be on stage 6 in what I believe in the friendship manual is supposed to be happening. I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure I've almost got BB at like possible BFF stage. I'm not sure. We're working on it. I might occasionally be checking in my pad to see if I'm doing this right.
Remember,
Bare soul,
friendship
check.
works like it works in video games. You just check in with the person every once in a while. If they have something new to say, your friendship is progressing.
Mm-hmm.
You go and talk to them continually, incessantly, and then eventually suddenly you're friends.
So basically what I've been doing to BB.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing before surgery with BB.
All right. Eventually, you guys will get inside. Is BB just going to hang out until they're finished? Because it's going to take a while for these are fairly elaborate. A couple hours at least.
I can be pretty patient,
Okay, so BB's going to chill for the majority of it then. Okay, couple of things will occur. First, I will pause for just a second while I give the baby monitor to my wife. So I'll be back in just a second.
Good luck.
Okay, so I have decided I'm killing off BB so I can give this new character a chance.
I don't even know if I want to open up the messages to see what you've decided.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
What horror is this?
Oh my god.
Actually, that would be a really cool one. I'm just gonna...
That looks like this kind of thing would be hunting.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I'm just gonna put that right there. So people can see. This is what BB says he's gonna kill BB for.
Is this your Sonic OC?
Majestic.
Yes,
Wow.
I'm totally creating that in the new Sonic game. They better have
I wonder if you
the right
can.
sliders.
You know,
Give us a pair of extra legs or reptiles? No.
Sliders.
you know what would be cool is if you could change the tail on the
Alright.
Tor body to like a wolf tail just to complete the look.
I
Yeah,
was
I
kind
was
of
trying
hoping
to
that.
get like as disparate options as
Yeah.
possible for it. So.
What have you created?
Look at this hideous in the main chat.
It's majestic, not hideous. Majestic.
Holy crap! My God. I'm surprised you used arms that both had the same armor on them. You don't need to. You could pick different armor for the arm sets.
Well, you have to make it look proper.
I don't think he's a savage.
You should have gone with the nude lower body. It's just to complete it.
Oh, what's the second?
Okay. Penny's is easier to deal with, so we'll start with Penny's. Penny, about halfway through your operation, you will open your eyes to a frozen room, as you have experienced before.
Now, do you mean frozen like cold?
No, I mean frozen like let it go.
Oh.
No, I don't. Like nobody's moving. Like it was the first time this occurred.
Okay.
You're not necessarily the feeling's a little more sudden this time, as opposed to like the howling like vibration that you were sort of used to whenever you've encountered this in the past. It doesn't seem to be present this sort. It's like it's briefly decided to ask you a question, so it's just interrupting your daily life. But you are, the doctors are mid-operation on you. You should be asleep and anesthetized. You don't feel anything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, what?
It's just attached, and it goes, do you feel yourself inadequate?
Sometimes. I mean, I don't think anybody feels adequate 100% of the time.
At what point would you feel adequate?
Risky answer today.
Here, I'd like to hand you this. This is a loaded gun.
I don't know if I ever really would, just because it has to be a compromise with being happy with who I am and being useful. I mean, I don't really want to compromise of who I am, because I like who I am, but I do want to be useful to my friends. I want to help better, and I know I have physical limitations. I'm trying to compromise with that. Do you ever feel inadequate?
At that point, you will be waking up again, having come out of anesthesia at the end of the operation.
Okay.
It's just sort of the end of its interlude.
Okay,
It's
so
like,
basically I start
like
trying to ask you the question. It's like, oh, fuck you. Bastard.
You feel like you did manage to get the question out. You're not sure how long you waited for an answer. It's kind of like a dream that just sort of faded into waking up. But you come out of the anesthesia and are on the table and done. Operation's finished. The Drac has a less existential situation, but when he wakes up, he will be very strange feeling. It's the sheer difference in scale is difficult to get into your head until you're experiencing it. But like you can pick up tiny Doctor Man with hand now, which is a little weird. They have you in a very large room. Looks like it is designed for this particular operation. So at the moment, even though you do feel like you're higher from the ground, because everything in the room is sort of scaled from you, it's only until you look at the equipment nearby that you realize just how small it all is and how much of a pain of an ass it might be to have to type anything. So it's like, time to invest in voice.
I do, in fact, have the UI lens is not for this exact reason.
I like to imagine that while Penny had that, Drac wakes up remembering this.
What the hell is this?
Angry
Alright,
peanuts.
I'm opening it because I'm gonna see. Is it like weird peanuts? Some sort of weird
Okay, this is
peanut
very
video?
typically British.
Alright, yeah, that's weird.
I hit it right just now, Father. What's the church opinion on this?
I don't know why I imagine Drac's head like this, but I do.
The thing is, he wakes up.
Surprisingly accurate.
He doesn't wake up startled. He wakes up, totally fine, because that's just an everyday dream for Drac.
That's normal. If
How'd
it
you
wasn't
that dream
there,
again?
he'd be worried.
These things occur. And then Toberius, your operation actually doesn't have you out for very long, because most of the stuff that they're doing in there isn't all that complex compared to the ones that were done here. So you will be out in time to basically meet up with BB. But about an hour into this whole process, which is shortly before Toberius is up, there will be a knock on your door, Tisa.
Oh. So we'll put back up the holographic face and then go on to.
Do you wish to, like, the doors are
Is there a
capable?
peephole?
Yes.
Or
There's
sci-fi people?
there's a siffy people. Like, you can just look at a screen of who's outside.
Yeah, sure, look at the screen.
It appears to be IRPF officers.
She checks her claws. Shall I open the door?
He goes, "Hello, is this Claire's residence?"
Oh, yes, I'm Claire. Is there a problem, officers?
We just need to check up your documentation, and there have been some suspicious activities. Things shipped here, and we're currently looking for a fugitive who has your condition. If you can just kind of provide proof of identification, that'll be fine.
Oh, certainly. Would you like to come in?
They nod a little bit. There's two of them. They'll walk inside.
Identification. I am afraid I don't have anything on me right now. I have my company information, if that would help.
Well, let's go ahead and start with that, and they'll go to scan it. And the other one is looking around and going, "So what's all the boxes?"
Oh, my team's equipment. We're here to find work.
Oh, and he'll look at the record that you've given them for TTI and see that you have authorization for it, and go, so Claire, is this weaponry? It looks like you are cleared for it, but it would be nice to know that it's here.
Yes, there's some weaponry. You're welcome to look if you want. I'm sure that won't be an issue.
And he goes, "Well, let's. I don't have any individual identification on this card. Can you? You don't have any on you?"
I'm afraid not. It's a little hard to carry things.
Right, understandable. Clara, I think I may need you to come down to the office with us for just a little while. There's a interplanetary search going on right now for somebody who may have been involved in a large explosion on Mars, fitting your description. If you could deactivate the hologram, please.
Oh, certainly. She'll, try and relax the features a bit as she deactivates it.
Okay, do a mind exert and.
I might have to murder
probably
police officers.
That's going to be most appropriate for this. Oh no, we'll make this community, I guess.
Communication.
Just
Yeah.
gonna say, if you kill the police officers, they might notice they went missing after talking to you.
I'm aware, but I'm not having too many recourses here.
And if you kill them, the next person who's going to visit you is going to
So
have a
auto eight,
gigantic.
thankfully.
Okay, so you have one
not
8
great,
on
though.
it. So you're able to change your features a little bit. It's just a matter of, well,
They have to be a single 8, which
yeah.
probably
So
Also, weren't you not wearing your own actual features to begin with? Like, just kind of a weird, exaggerated version of them?
yeah, that's what I'm relaxing now. That's
Oh.
okay. That's a single success, though.
yeah, it's a single success. So at the moment, she's kind of staving them off a little bit. So it's not an immediate recognition or anything, but they are sort of like, this seems. We'll just
There
check
aren't
this
many
out.
codiformic people.
Yeah, there's not too many going on. She goes, "Well, if you can, if you can just come with us down to the station, we'll ask you a few questions and hopefully just get a record of where you've been, and maybe we can get."
Certainly. Do you mind if I tell my team I'm going to be missing?
Go ahead.
Oh, also, is leaving stuff unattended going to be an issue?
We'll go ahead and have an officer stay here.
Okay, thank you. She'll, go to a wall terminal to do this.
Okay.
And then send a message off to everybody of under suspicion by IRPF being taken to station.
Okay.
I'm in an existential crisis. Am I awake yet?
It's only about an hour into the procedures and stuff. So BB will get this, and Toberius will be awake in about 10 minutes.
Oh,
And there is a advise do not reply to the channel, won't be receiving it. Use personal.
I'm gonna see this message.
But she'll go with the officers.
They will escort you down to their vehicle and advise you not to make any additional calls if you have any kind of an internal communication system or anything, just until they can clear up this little situation a little bit.
Yes, I'm afraid she's giving us a bad name.
And they will begin to drive you down to the station. By the time you get down to the vehicle, Toberius is up. There's about an hour left on everybody else's kind of process. So either of the two that are awake can decide if they want to do something.
Toberius is doing the entire ugh, and then his head starts lighting up, just like, fuck. That's gonna get annoying quick. Oh my. Baby! As Toberius is roaming around.
Oh, hi. Coffee?
Hey! Yes, please. Lots more.
Oh, okay.
Did you get message from...
Yeah, it's certainly gonna be a problem. No.
Yeah. So, should we go and try and help, or should we leave, or should we wait for Penny and Drac?
Well, IRPF's pretty good at what they do. Usually, if they've arrested you, that means you probably did something wrong.
BB.
You should totally take BB with you to the station. This is the best.
I guess if you got her, she must be guilty, eh?
BB, you do realize that...
They get there, he just says, so what'd you do, eh?
Okay, Sev, just an out-of-character question. Is our work actually sanctioned by TTI?
You have the protections of the company for doing operations under the name and stuff. You're not currently operating, but that does mean that you can probably get TTI representation if you go try to find a building or something from them to handle that.
Okay, because as far as I know, we were during that mission where we were killed and she got captured on camera. We were under sanction.
They also
So that is off record.
They also have that completely off record. They've told us they don't
So
want
even
to acknowledge any involvement in that.
Yeah.
So
what you need to do is get her legal representation.
Yeah.
Get the company to help.
Remember, it's a typical story of Black Ops. They will protect you to an extent.
Should you or your Ion Force be caught or captured, the Secretary will disavow any knowledge of your actions.
Yeah, and then they will reprint a new version of you that they claim is that the real you died. That's us right now.
So, just thinking, how far out would I think Keel and Aiden are?
They can't communicate with you readily. Yeah, it's going to be a couple of weeks before they can get to you.
No, how many hours will it take communication to get back and forth?
Oh, I don't know, 2 maybe? 1 or 2?
Crap. It's gone.
We could always.
There's no huge
talk
rush.
to-
Even if they find out it's me, there's still going to be due process.
We could always go down to the station, and talk to her.
BB, that is a brilliant idea.
Yeah, I know.
Though, I really can't provide... Actually, I'm checking my wallet to see if they actually gave me a fake ID.
I think you guys had something.
Aside from my company one, because technically, I'm from a grotto. I wouldn't exist anyways.
No, I think because they gave you one to use for like the mission you were just on. I thought. Do you guys remember?
They gave us... I thought they gave us credentials to give to John Doe, but I don't know if he gave them back.
We didn't get those back. I think we had those just for that one mission. They were kind of like our thing, and I
Oh
think
yeah, the
and
second
then-
one's there.
yeah.
Yeah, so you don't necessarily have new ones available, but you might be able to create them if you've got a canny computer person there.
Yes, actually, I'm linking up to whatever systems I need to and doing what I need to do to recreate my identification.
Okay. She said that her name was Clara. That's probably the only information that you got from her right now.
All right.
Okay, so she doesn't
All
have
that he
hair.
says is Clara address. Yes. Is Tisa? No.
No, if her name is Claire, she has no hair, so call her Balding, because you gotta have a last
All right.
name.
I'm going to start working up credentials for her.
Okay. Do a mind exert and computers. You're going to have to make a pretty deep Google here, so it's going to be kind of tough. Use any trickery you've got available.
Well, I have a boon. I'm simplified. I don't know if
focus
any of my,
abilities?
I have focus abilities. I don't know if they would play into this.
What are they?
Big picture, signal spin, and reinforced data barrier.
Signal spin actually might. Let me look at that really quick.
I think I get to screw with information.
It screws with the
coming and
media,
going.
but we might be able to adapt it for this. Next. Assemble a simulation with mind assets to insert a live feed. Create a convincing set of images or data to insert into a stream on the fly, eliminating it to about a minute of footage. I think you could do this.
Because there's really one that's specifically for this, so.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's quite perfect. As everything will make the viewing is real. Requires Hackdev 3 will alert the system administrator for breach. What you're going to need to do in order to make this work is it will function, but you're going to have to know when they're looking. You need to go down to the place, basically.
How long would it have taken us to go from Mars to here?
40 minutes up.
You had to get here like a little while ago because the quarantine came through. So
yeah, but
you
I'm
had
just trying
arrive,
to
like,
I'm trying to figure out a timetable. That way, if the building exploded and we would have been in transit, I would be thinking, well, why don't we make fake pictures of our vacation in transit?
Yeah, you can do something like that too. The trip is, I think, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Again, I've got it in the book.
Yeah, it wouldn't be enough time because
Yeah, you guys were training for that long. It's actually been a few months since it occurred, so you probably can't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to fake that.
You won't be able to fake a
it's
couple
a good
months.
I think the trick here is to go simple.
Yeah.
They don't have they're just taking her down for some questions. So if you can provide a convincing identification and where she's been for like the recent week or so, then they don't really have anything to hold her on. But in order to make that work, you're going to have to know when they're looking because the signal spin is an active thing.
All right, well then let's get down there, and I won't be able to print up any credentials until we get there.
You can start making them in general. It's just getting them to be like the immediately convincing thing.
Having a data to hand over is the handy bit, yeah.
Okay, so
if you want to start working on them, do a mind exert in computers.
Okay, boon and simplified.
Okay.
And it doesn't recognize what I rolled. Why did it not recognize what I rolled?
Because you didn't roll?
I don't see anything entered.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Unrecognized command.
Did you do /roll?
Yeah. Let's try that again.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's
So the one doesn't do anything bad. So you've got 2 successes. So you can start putting them together. It's going to take a few things to do it. So we're going to say like 1 roll per person. So you built 1. That's for you. Who do you want to do next?
I'm going
So
to.
you should probably start with Tisa.
Yeah.
So that was Tisa. Who do you want to do next?
I'll do mine next.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. Yours is better than Tisa's. You will arrive at the station around this point, and you're going to get there, I'm going to say, about the same time that Tisa is rolling up. You can actually see them escorting her into the building, and it looks like there is a bit of a crowd. There's a couple armed people there. You don't really know how this place is. Actually, somebody with you does. BB, do a mind exert and protocol and add your IRPF to it.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Mind exert and protocol and add your IRPF to the roll. However many backgrounds you've got in IRPF.
Okay. Alright.
Proto-cal is how I spells it now.
Yep, it's protocol.
It's because it's IRPF.
It's
Gotta get them
IRPF.
IRPF.
How often if I was there, we'd have 2 people who could do it.
Yeah, that'll record, right?
No.
Well,
that works.
Yeah, that works because he only has a single dice.
It worked. Very nice.
I'd like to
Okay.
point out he rolled an 11 on a 12. That's awesome.
Nailed it. You haven't been on this planet before, but what is out there in front is more aggressive than what is typically waiting there. Like, they definitely seem to have interest in this particular person. There are some armed individuals out front. They're taking caution around her. There's a minimum safe distance taking place. And there are a couple of cars waiting out front, like they're waiting at any moment for things to escalate. She's not in bindings or anything like that, but like there's concern apparent from
They came along
the
willingly,
behavior.
but they're not taking chances.
Yeah.
Jeez, Tisa, you've done them a concern.
Man, those 2 officers that got sent in, they thought we're gonna die.
And they will go into the building. This is a coastal kind of office that was big. Looks like a large RPF headquarters. It's here.
All right. For every single officer I pass by, I will go, "Oh, hi there," and wave.
Are you going to wave using any particular salute, or are you just going to wave?
Wave different arms depending on if the person's to my left or right, or further away means topmost arms.
Okay, fair enough.
And Sev, while I'm doing this, I'm looking at this crowd going, yeah, we just got here. There's no... I'm checking the news feeds.
Nothing particularly alarming that you can find so far.
Then how did all these people show up?
Well, they're all IRPF officers.
Oh, they're all IRPF.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was
Yeah.
just like a crowd of onlookers.
No.
Yeah, for a minute there, I thought it was a mob. I was like, oh shit.
No,
Yeah,
it's,
that's what I thought too. It's like, fuck, I'm completely unarmed too.
The armament of the place itself. There's just a bunch of officers waiting for her to come in and stuff. So
I just
You
kind of
feeling
look up
special
at BB.
right now, Tisa?
Yeah.
I'm looking up at BB going, I really wish I had a weapons grade potato right now.
Oh, no, that'd be a bad idea. Not allowed to have those here.
Come on, let's see who they think she is.
Phoebe, where did you work most of the time? Do you think you had any history here? Would anybody know you necessarily?
I might have had history here. Yeah.
Well, where was he? Was he like Mars based or?
He was usually just backwards, wherever they could put him. Transferred many times, so.
Okay, you probably haven't been in this particular location before, then.
No, I wouldn't expect so, no.
You just hear from somewhere in the crowd, oh god, it's him!
That they're actually armed because you're coming. It's nothing to do with Tisa.
Oh, that's okay. I've got
He
like
came
4
back.
of them, so, you know.
To make that, all I can think of is the greatest of the frickin' Lord of the Rings shit posts, where it's just like, long as it grown on the tombs of my forebears. You have 4 bears? It was the greatest one ever. I freaking bawled laughing. Loved that one. Anyway, Tisa gets inside. There is a front desk has a very cute golden retriever behind it. who is looking like she has a concern, and is getting ready to process incoming. So she talks to the officers that have brought you in and be like, so what are we doing here? Sorry, my little mic cut out there. What are we doing? And they're like, okay, we just want to run identification on this person, and see if we can, confirm identity. Says her name is Claire. Just like to know where she's been and make sure that we're not dealing with any sort of deception here. And she brings out a sort of scanning device, which you don't necessarily know the nature of. You can try to guess at it. If you want to do
I would do a science.
Yes, do yourself a science. Do a mind exert in science and see if you know what that is.
Boop, 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 boop. Hey!
Yeah, it is probably capable of getting identifications off of the nanites. Maybe it was something that ASR built when these started becoming a thing.
Necessary to actually do this kind of shit.
It's likely not going to provide any information on its own, but it will reference a data file on the computer and whoever was registered to it. So it's likely pretty foolproof. You don't know how accurate it is after you were rebuilt, because you were rebuilt from new nanites supposedly.
Yeah.
But that is a risk that you're not certain of.
She'll look at the devices. She doesn't know what it is because it's probably seems best to play dumb. Be like, I sent a message to my team. Would I be if I can't now? That's fine. But would I be able to check up and see if one of them could come along? It's a little nerve-wracking.
Well, we shouldn't be here for longer than a minute or two. We're just gonna, confirm your identification and move on from there.
Okay.
BB, can you, since we're there and we just watched her get pulled in, BB, can you run distraction?
Oh.
I want to say hi.
Hi, Tisa.
Okay. I guess if you're just gonna say hi, but don't get in trouble, because this would be bad. Well, at least it'd be convenient, I guess. Wouldn't have to go that far.
And I think we're going to trail in just behind them.
Doors aren't closed. You can come in and you see her there, and there is a person at the front desk who has a device.
Can I identify said device?
Yeah, do a mind exert in science, but it's going to be kind of a tough one because this is sort of like not your field necessarily.
No, I don't do science.
I do science. I science the shit out of stuff.
Still.
Yeah, then I won't pull it off though, because this is like specialty for Intelliformic. So they have a device. You're not entirely certain what it does, but it appears to look like a hand scanner, so you can take a guess of what its function is.
It's probably bad.
Since I have a wireless system, I'm listening for signals coming from the computer to that device and seeing if I can't find any sort of references.
Well, it won't transmit until it actually scans.
Okay.
So it's basically like you're going to have to decide now or never, because once it clicks, it's going to do its little Google search, and it'll only take it a second to find what it's looking for.
This might be the time to spin your signal.
Yeah, that's when I'm going to start working on.
Okay. Go ahead and do your mind exert in computers, because you do have to hack it.
Nice.
Okay. That was the first one. Do your second one, because you have to get to level 3 in order to.
Nice.
Cool. Were you simplified or no?
He's simplified.
I am simplified.
Okay, so you're solid. Okay, and one more.
Nice.
Nice.
You're in there pretty deep, yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because that's a 13 on that. So you're in there 7 deep. You can put it in there. Tisa can hold her breath for a moment as the person that's
preparing
going
for fight.
Yeah, Klingsing, and this picture comes up of you with a very different face, actually, because Toberius kind of had to like come up with one on the fly. But who knows? Maybe you're letting it all hang out
Is
today.
that me back when I was a Vector?
No, it was basically whatever he could Photoshop up.
What I'm saying is, he photoshopped in teleformic, or is he photoshopped an old vector face?
Ask him.
Kind of going through that stage.
Oh man,
2 to
did you
stage
Photoshop
3.
like BB as a woman?
I'm pretty sure he just chose her.
No, I did
stock
Drax as a
photo.
woman.
Aw.
Oh,
So
that's
his
gonna make us
sister.
fail.
So yeah, it looks a little off, but it's still believable, and all the information pops up.
Can I see that?
Yeah, you can actually see it on the monitor behind.
She'll looks momentarily surprised and be like, "Oh, that's a face I've not seen in a long time."
Do a community exert and communication, because you need to kind of maintain your bluff here.
Yeah. Okay. No bonuses, but a double simplify again, so an auto 8.
Okay, so 8 and 9.
2 6.
Yep. So they look at you and go, "Okay, so what happened to your ID?"
I had it on a toggle, but well,
Hi!
about it. Oh, hi. This is one of my team members. They were just asking about my ID.
Oh, I hold up my hand and the hollow display of her ID comes up.
And they go, "Oh, okay."
It's hard to carry things, you know.
Right. Understandable. Well, give us just a minute here when we poke through this. And they will spend a little time kind of going through the file and goes, "Okay,
while they're doing
yeah.
that, I'm reinforcing my data barrier so I don't get kicked out immediately while they're doing this and everything resets."
Okay. Well, yeah, go ahead.
I need to roll that, don't I?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's like an additional set of rolls. So there you go. Okay. 5 and 9. Actually, their computer is more robust than a 9, so that actually didn't help. But they're looking through it and they go, "Okay, well, this is all in place here." So, Claire, are you aware that there's currently an Intelliformic fugitive on the loose?
She nods sadly and goes, "It's a small community. When one of us does something."
She goes, "Okay, I don't suppose you've heard anything from them. I mean, we don't want to assume that you know them or anything like that, but if it is a community, maybe something's come down the line."
She shakes her head.
Choose on Mercury.
I don't really know much about her beyond. I know she did a couple of books.
Okay, and have you ever I don't suppose you've heard anything from this person? And they bring up another picture, what looks like another Intelliformic character, but is feline, and you actually recognize her as Lynn.
She frowns a bit and shakes her head and goes, I don't know. Do you know her name?
Yeah, this is Lynn. I actually don't think I wrote down her last name. Do we have it from the other reference?
Let me open mine up. We do not have a second name for Lynn.
We've never had a second name for Lynn.
All right, so I'll come up with it eventually. But she wrote some books about adapting to stage 3 Intelliformicism. Did you?
Yes, I've read her work.
Oh well, so she is also missing currently, and did have relations to our current fugitives. So if you do have any particular knowledge of them or found out anything about them, we'd love to hear from you.
If you'd like, I can try and keep an ear out in the Intelliformic community.
Yeah, that's very useful. If you can just kind of let us know about that.
Do you have what number should I contact if I hear something?
She'll provide one for basically the dispatch office.
Is me being around here going to be trouble?
No, I mean, just keep your identification on you. You might get pulled over again in the future. This is a multiplanetary hunt. It was a very large explosion. So, but as long as we can, verify your information, we should be fine.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry for any scare I caused.
No, we're sorry to break up your day. Your property should be back at your office fine. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. And
we'll not stop you from leaving.
Head out.
For now.
Okay.
Oh, I assume you have to think for that, Toberius.
Mm-hmm.
Toberius, you are aware that you have a very narrow window before administration realizes they've been hacked and starts putting things together.
I'm closing it all down and I'm trying to erase the logs of me having ever been there.
There are no logs of you being there, but it's possible to kind of erase that it's been done thing. That's just part of the way that it works, is that they know that somebody was in the system. They just have to figure out who it was. But you didn't.
I didn't give any signs that I was doing anything aside from showing up and giving them ID.
Right. It's mostly just like
coincidental.
Yeah. Who's going to decide that, like, we got hacked? Did they take anything? No, but it was at the same time this really likely criminal came through our door.
Now, we're not saying you did anything, but we kind of want to double check your information again.
Now, what you want to do is do something to the system unrelated to us that makes it look like someone else had a goal.
That is a thing that you could do if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Because you're still in there.
Edit someone's parking fines. Edit someone's parking fines.
That's a nice idea.
Oh, I'm looking up the mayor of the town, or whatever the equivalent would be.
There's actually a bunch of different kind of folks in that position because a lot of the buildings are independently owned by the corps that have them. So,
sign up the head of the IRPF in this district for like some terrible swimwear magazine thing. Rio would love that.
This is somebody who kills. You worked with this person before. She's.
I don't know her. I don't know her. Toby, we should do this to her.
I'm going to apply a ton of parking violations to the Pulse leadership or their local CEO. And then I'm going to reduce any ASR CEO or CFO parking fines and just kind of shift them over to the other person.
Okay.
Make it look like it's just petty corporate backbiting.
Do a little turf war. All right. You can do that before you get booted out of it. And then you guys can hop into the car and be a hasty retreat.
And I'm just going to mutter to people, stay away from Pulse and ASR for the next couple days.
Shit, where are we going to get work from? Damn it.
To kind of protect you, I kind of may have started a minor corp war.
From the top of the Pulse building, you can hear somebody going, "Robot house!" In the meantime, the other people who were in surgery can be getting out of it and slowly coming to and getting messages of Tisa's certain death.
Oh man, I'm sending like panicked messages like to Toberius and like to BB. Like, are we on the way? I'm getting my clothes on. Let's go. There's like almost the stutter coming back, but not.
Actually,
you only get one email from Drac. It's Toberius says, "You fix problem, yes?"
I'm just going to reply with "Snafu, meet here," and I'm going to point them towards the to our hotel room.
All right, cool. Penny is going to get a vehicle without Drac to go back to the hotel.
Yeah, when do you encounter Drac at the hospital, or
I have knowledge of his surgery, and I am avoiding him at all freaking cost.
That's difficult to do because he takes up a lot of space.
No, but he can't go into the small rooms.
That's true. He will have to go out through the double doors in the back, and then have to secure transportation in other ways. So you're gonna have to use an Uber with a flatbed or something, basically.
He'll do it.
Well, that's basically what they end up doing. Is you get in your cyber Uber and you specify requires large transport situation, and somebody will eventually come around to pick you up, and you can load into the vehicle, which you are like the size of.
I can follow you, fat ass.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take the microtransit system.
What's the second name you gave me, dear?
Oh, Renfield.
Claire.
Renfield. Oh, thank you.
Claire.
Claire Sinclair.
Claire Sinclair.
I just look at her when I say that. I was pressed for time.
What was the one that you used in Sam's game?
Misanthrope.
Misanthrope.
It wasn't Sam's game. Me and Sam were both in that.
Anonymous.
Terrible.
Right about now, BB's gonna look at you and be like, "My ID is wrong."
What? How? I don't understand.
You're gonna make IDs for other people, Toby?
Yeah.
You go for it.
Also, I'm just going to send a snail mail off to Keel and Aiden of.
That's going to be Penny.
Okay.
Ooh, what do I get to be? You're making names for us, right?
That's going to be BB. And this is
Drachert.
Nice.
Cool. So they're all pretty solid.
they're passable.
Yeah.
He's looking at him going, ugh.
Are you actually providing these to us, or are you just creating these?
I'm creating them, and then I'm passing them to your toggles when I'm close enough.
So, what's this?
That is you, for now.
No, it's not.
It's a pretend
BB.
name, dear.
What? But why?
Because some of us, namely me, if we get discovered under our real identities, will probably be promptly arrested.
Maybe just flat out
Why?
executed.
I'm sure there'd be a due process.
But
Toberius just looks over at her and go,
wrong
really?
to have the wrong information.
Yes, we're in the inner ring of IRPF here. Tends to be pretty by the books. You get the occasional off, but now if we were far out in the system, I'd be a little more concerned. There's a bit less due justice there and more judge, jury, and executioner at times.
Much more judicious.
But it's wrong to lie about who you are. My uncle always said that, you trust the system and things go well.
Oh, we got a lawful good here, guys. We got a lawful good.
Is BB our paladin?
Good.
Hey,
Lawful
BB's
dumb.
my moral compass. Hands off.
That's nice, dear, but could you, for me, for a little bit?
But
I'd be in real big trouble, and it's not something that's my fault, but it would be very hard to prove.
why would it be hard? It should be, the truth always comes out.
Oh, sweetie. She'll pat him and skip
Oh,
up.
you sweet summer child.
So unfortunately, you could remind BB that they were declared dead, but he didn't really accept that one when he heard
No,
it
it's futile.
But I'm alive though.
I'm right here.
It's hard to it's hard to explain. It's very complicated, but I'd appreciate it. But if you don't feel comfortable with it, that's okay.
Doesn't have to drug you and stuff you in the closet for the treatment.
I'm not gonna lie about who I am, but
Would you mind calling me Claire?
Here's the thing I did with BB's,
well,
though,
if
is
that's what you
his
want.
initials still come up BB. So we don't have to call him anything else. He's still BB.
What's his name? Benjamin
my
Beef?
name's not Barry, hey?
Benjamin Barry. Barry Benjamin.
I guess if you want to be called Claire, that's like
when we're around
when
other people, I'd
we
appreciate
call
that.
somebody else by a nickname or something. But
Yeah.
Claire's an odd nickname for Tisa. Actually has more letters.
just
Am
Dick from Richard.
Are we
Judge
there
here.
yet? Did my car get stuck behind a U-Haul in traffic?
No, it's just too tiny. It takes forever to get
I know. I just like to
places.
think that I had to wait for it to come because I asked for a micro transport, and then I ended up stuck behind freaking Drachert's bus the whole way.
As you're still waiting for it, you see Drac going by and go, goodbye!
It's okay though. You pretty much bottom out your vehicle.
Before they storm IRPF HQ. She'll send a message up to.
I already sent them to the place you got us.
Did you tell them I'm okay?
I just told them the situation is snafu.
Oh, that's terrible, dear. They're going to panic. These social things, we'll have a further talk.
Tobias just has this big grin on his face.
He loves panic.
little voicemail going out to them both, so it's not particularly personalized. Penny and Drachert, dears. Everything's okay for now. Toberius spun a little of his, young person's computer magic and got me out of there. I think I am Claire. What was it, dear? Renfield.
Renfield.
And I have you made up IDs for everyone else?
I've already sent that off to people's toggles.
Okay, everyone should have fake IDs. BB is a little shaky on the concept, but everything's okay for now. No need
Why
to
did
panic.
my name get changed to Bubbles?
Message send.
Actually, Penny's got changed to Pennywise Scent.
Well, they're gonna see for all of us. Really.
Ah.
And Drachert got changed to Smokey.
Beautiful.
The
Just
bear.
Smokey.
You know
No-
my
no
brother.
further
Just
name.
Smokey.
How did you know my brother's name?
Nice.
Oh, your brother's gonna get into so much
This is
trouble.
like they're like coming down with this like the freaking family
Oh, to be fair, he
episode.
is
It's
the
like,
dead one.
I need a fake identity. P. Turd.
Griffin.
Griffin.
Yeah.
T tier Griffin.
Yeah.
Shit. Alright, well, hopefully we eventually get there.
Yep. There were still officers at the location waiting for you to show up, and they will bid you adieu as you get to stuff. Yeah,
Alright.
it looks like your stuff is there. It has been shifted around. Looks like they did kind of ransack your place. They didn't leave it trashed or anything, but they looked through
They
the
searched.
gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's way more polite than I would have expected.
I have lingerie missing. They think
Most
I
of
wouldn't
the
notice.
That's an unrelated issue.
Yeah. Most of the stuff is back where it was. It seems that your corporate identification does pull some weight. Like they don't necessarily want to start with TTI since you were not confirmed as criminals. So it's like, oh well, we should probably like not.
We
We don't really want to start
Yeah.
shit with them, but we don't like
Yeah.
TTI.
These guys might actually be RPF kind of independent because it doesn't look
Yeah.
like any particular one corp is owning. This is an independent building.
They are just acting under pure IRPF law.
So they have left your stuff there. You guys have 2 rooms available to you, I think, is what you decided to get.
Yep.
Yeah, and they are joined in the middle.
So all of us managed to reunite.
Yep, you can get back there. Okay. I am going to bathroom really quick.
Bathroom break?
Bathroom break.
Yeah. The next thing was going to be like searching for gerbs and stuff. So if you want to pan up to that, I'll be back in a second.
Bathroom break though, right guys?
Yep.
Alright, bathroom break.
Turn her foreorders, taking her gerbs.
Taking her gerbs. Where are they taking her gerbs? Where's the AFK screen? Here. That's not it. There it is. There's the intermission. Intermission.
Yeah,
oh, I can't
so
start the music
basically-
because I don't have GM control. Oh well.
So this is basically what Toberius did with people.
I return.
I'm back.
Hi, back.
Hi, Allie. Can we be friends?
We can.
Yay.
I thought I was going to become an outlaw more.
I thought you was gonna kill some people.
So did I.
I figured that there were gonna be a whole bunch of dead IPF officers.
Is it? On one hand, I wasn't worried because I was like, yeah, I can take them easy. But on the other hand, I was like, this is going to escalate.
I was sitting there thinking,
I
like,
return.
you know, what's that game, Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
You know, when you kill a cop?
He's gonna
Yeah,
escalate, and you have 2 people in the party who have an unfortunate moral compass for that.
Yeah.
But you're
Then
gonna
I
kill
was
2
gonna have to
cops.
sit
And
in a
then,
car, get it repainted to get them off my trail.
yeah, it was gonna be a thing. And it's not like you have a body type where you can just easily slip into traffic suddenly with a hoodie. Just like dive out of your car and walk through a crowd.
On the other
No,
hand,
they're gonna notice.
Drains.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that was fun. and exciting.
On the downside with drains is you don't swim well.
Ah, but I hold my breath really well.
Yeah, you just sink to the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got to do, like, aren't you glad that you were still Toberius for this, Toby?
I'm glad that's what Toberius is for this.
If that had been Beauregard, he just might have gone in shooting.
No, Beauregard probably would have went, well, we're getting a new one of those. That's okay, it was kind of creepy anyway.
That's true. Well, it was a monster, so it needs to die.
Yeah. It's a monster, and I think it did murder people. It killed
Many people.
a whole bunch of RPF officers. Hey, we got to see Blackie's wife.
We did.
We got to see Arnie's wife.
And she's not going to be happy with us.
Well, she's not going to be happy with you.
Which one was Arnie's wife?
That was
it's
the
Golden Retriever.
golden retriever, Isabella. She's the,
That
she was the one
I'd
scanner.
never met.
Yeah, that was before your time.
And I think I remember what Sev said about her, and
No.
Yeah, no.
out of character, I really don't want to...
Nope.
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 No, we're shaming. Nope.
Oh, okay.
There are things that are being withheld.
Yep.
Speaking of which, when the law book comes out, everybody should buy it.
Everyone should buy the lore book because there's things we know.
I don't know any of these things.
Neither do I, so I'm sitting here confused.
Oh, be
We'll
confused.
talk.
Be
We'll talk to
happy.
you about it later when I'm not
Hey,
recording it.
Since
fact, I might
Toby
even
is
type it to you.
streaming, He can theoretically DM
I was
us.
gonna say, if you just
but-
type it to me.
I'll
that
type it to you.
Wait, but can you without streaming though?
I have this on a different monitor, and I actually have a splash screen up right now. See, I've actually done a lot of effort to put splash screens up, so if I ever need to bring up Windows, I can just slip to a splash screen, and no one can see what I'm doing. It's beautiful. But I have different monitors, and I have it capturing on one monitor, and I have my messaging on the other one. So, which is like a little behind the scenes for everybody. I do hide Cookie Clicker from you now. Okay, so.
Oh man, and I wanted to know how many cookies she was up to.
5.
Many.
Really bad at it. Sitting there with the mouse hovering, like, what do I do now?
I've been clicking with the wrong button the whole time. Damn it. So we can all agree that the greatest news to have come out recently is there's going to be more Dark Crystal.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Or it's the Scooby-Doo crossover of Supernatural.
Also awesome.
There. Now I think I have communicated that to Cronos, and hopefully I did it correctly.
Oh, so she's actually an Irish setter. Damn.
Oh, damn it. You've revealed it all.
No! She could have been.
I have no idea because she didn't actually tell me. She told Cronos.
What you didn't know is
so-
she's actually a cog. She has
Well,
extensive
Oh,
work
so
done.
she's still AFK. I'm going AFK for a
the
minute.
role
Right.
of all of us within this entire universe.
We're all
Like
just
George
another brick in the wall.
Jetson's,
Okay.
we are truly all just
Hi,
another
Zev.
cog in the machine.
What's that about cogs?
Nothing.
We're all cogs in the machine.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's awkward. I think they call
Well,
that an
some
orgy.
of us might be sprockets. Depends. Are you?
Oh, can I be a
space
sprocket? I want to
man?
be wealthy and make George Jetson do things.
That
No,
was a movie.
You work for Cogswell instead. Sorry.
Aw,
Cogs well that ends well.
cogs well, it ends well.
Okay. So yes, what is up?
I think Cronos is AFK
Still have-
Yeah,
still.
he's AFK.
Okay. Alright.
He literally walked away from the computer.
Like a heartbeat.
Seconds
A
before,
heartbeat
yeah.
before you got here. He was like, well, since I'm still AFK, I'm gonna go AFK. And I actually thought to myself, this is probably gonna be when he's up, and you're back.
He
Legit.
literally walked away from the computer. Figuratively, he ascended upon to the sky upon golden wings to go get a drink or something.
Nice.
So, like
That
this,
is how that works.
like this character I'm designing for HSD with golden wings.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's gonna be a thing.
What's the
Oh, Zev, am I like double registered as a weapon now because I have an implant and an implant?
Well, you're registered as two separate people.
No, but I mean, like, I have like, I can lift things with my mind now, and I can like, manifest
Okay.
creatures.
People, yeah, you're just easier to shoot. Is the bottom line. Like they're not going to bring you in.
They have less
Kill.
paperwork to fill out if they.
Okay, so I'm not more of a weapon than I already was.
No, you are. You've entered into the extreme caution when capture category.
Yeah, because
There's
it's
many in
not.
our party now, I think.
Yeah,
Hey,
pretty much.
I'm just kind of wondering, is it possible for me to pull pins on grenades from people's belts?
Yes, but as we established earlier, when
Only
there's
two!
So many.
I'm just saying, you know.
In the future, the grenades actually have buttons that read your fingerprint.
But-
No.
Alright, what if I pull the pin on a grenade and then use my mind bullet to carry it across the...
I suppose if they really wanted to spend the money, I guess you could have the IT lock on grenades.
That'd be hilarious. Only I can pull the pin.
Only I can make this explode. Best
Nice.
used as an expensive football.
Nice. By the way, he's back.
Oh, okay. There we go. All right. So what are we all doing?
Well, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to be staying in this room. I want to stay in the room that Drax's not in. For reasons.
I think by
By the way,
necessity, we all
Drac is
have
here
to be
now.
staying in the room that
He doesn't fit in the hallway very well.
The way I figured it, me and Penny would have room, and you guys would have room.
Drac is a room. Sir, you're
Drac just
not
kinda
going to be
looks the other
able. We are
I
not
don't think I fit down there.
really equipped. No, you're gonna.
Good Lord,
we'll
Drac.
have to, sir.
Hello!
I refuse to take car with him.
Wow.
Oh, you were
So
kidding.
the cow at the front is just sort of like not sure what to do about
Is
this.
she cowed?
Like, she is cowering.
I swear he was not like this when I last saw him. I apologize deeply.
We're not really equipped for this. Really,
Could you recommend someplace that might be? Because we might need to get him a different room somewhere.
There's a. I guess there's a.
Do you
let
have
me
a
talk to
parking
my manager.
garage?
Just go back and sleep on floor. It's
Don't
fine.
go anywhere near here.
There's a banquet hall that we have. It's just sort of a place for meetings and stuff that I guess we could. Oh, that's not zoned for residents.
Do
No.
you think you could crouch? I mean,
She would look through some directories, and there is a Pulse place kind of nearby that does actually have things that are sized for this. The price is a little higher, but you only need the one room.
and also, I'm magic.
It's true. Ellie is magic, which is good because you are expensive.
Yeah. Look, I'll take Drake to get situated. We'll all
Okay,
settle in here.
Alright, I'm gonna go take my room. I need this entire
In
room.
light of this, though, like it is a bit of a trip. You might actually have to relocate your
Actually,
you were put in these hotels before Drac became a giant.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm Claire,
Yes.
how do you think they came to wanting to bring you in?
Oh, I'm sure I startled somebody with my appearance or such. And they may have reported me, it's been on the news.
It's kind of
Yeah.
logical. I mean, if you see somebody who's suspicious, you're gonna do that. You can't hold it
Yes.
against anybody.
Oh, yes, it's not an issue.
Yeah, but
Excuse me, miss. It seems like we're not going to be able to stay here. I'm really sorry about this. Is there an early closeout fee we can pay?
It's all right. I'm sorry we couldn't accommodate you. We'll just do cleaning for the room and call it
Okay,
good.
thank you
Oh,
so
then-
much. I really apologize. You guys seem like a really nice place. I'm gonna leave her a tip. I'm gonna leave her a nice tip.
Drac will kind of wave from the doorway and go, I am sorry for troubles.
Drax enjoying the hell out of his troubles.
Also, who delivered the equipment that just turned up?
Oh yeah, that's
I'm gonna leave her a 20 credit tip.
I called in some buddies to help out with Daddy.
Do you think you could do that again? Once we
Oh,
find
probably.
Ma'am, if you keep charge for a day's stay, do you mind if the equipment stays there for a bit?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could. I mean, so is it safe?
It's perfectly safe as long as nobody actually pulls stuff out and starts pulling triggers.
She looks like she's clearly not sure whether or not that should be all
We
right.
can
But yeah,
we can see if
Would
we
you
can.
like one of
look-
us to stay?
I can stay here with it
if-
and watch it.
that would
Oh,
probably
let me. I'm certified in.
Okay, yes, people.
Um,
You sort out your people ready to move it, and you stay here
Yeah,
with
see,
it.
we're not really. We can't be a storage facility for weaponry. If it's for your team or something, then that's on you. But we can't just have it left
Well,
here.
me
We'll
and
leave one of our members.
me and BB will stay here. I'll make sure BB doesn't get in any kind of trouble.
Good idea, Penny. I'd,
I mean,
thank
that's
you for trouble,
lovely. I
man.
can probably carry it out.
Yes, we don't really want to be carrying weaponry for the streets, though.
Also,
It's in a big box, yes?
Also, I don't think legally we're supposed to be carrying some of the weaponry we have through the streets unless we are specifically on a task.
Yeah.
Even with the clearance.
well, so long as it's crated, it should be fine because we're just moving it.
I don't know. Well, I think that technically BB could do it. I don't know about the rest of us. But
I'm
BB be
perfectly
with
capable
us.
of
But
carrying
yeah,
shit, but
yeah. No, I'm just saying. I'm
I
saying
think it's
BB
more that
legally
there's
might
no
be able
reason
to
to.
because he's very IRP.
Baby's got a
there's-
superpower.
yeah, there's no reason to. He can shift it for free. So
Yeah.
um,
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you guys stay here.
Okay.
Toberius, Drac, let's go get a new room sorted.
Penny's gonna
Alright.
go do that thing she's always wanted to do. She's gonna go get on that hotel bed and just go.
The hotel bed is enormous. It is clearly far larger than anything else you've ever been on, except for the bed that you have already been on. That was
Yeah.
back at the office.
Yeah.
Really, it's just it's kind of nice to have these giant beds.
I
You
like
get
these
lost
beds.
in them though. You know how hard it is to like get out of one of these beds in the morning unless you actually sleep right on the edge of it and leave
Yeah.
all that bed useless. If you sleep
Yeah.
in the middle, you
Yes.
actually have a hike to get over the frickin'
It's okay though, but I actually move pretty quick. I'm fairly spry.
The other thing that science has yet to be able to explain is, despite the fact that you are this itty bitty thing, you will still disrupt the sheets on the entire bed. The whole bed sheets will get disrupted somehow.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
weird.
climbing over mountains. Scientists still don't know why.
Let's head to this Pulse Hotel.
It is much fancier, and they are super excited when Drax shows up because it means they get to use the big rooms and charge the big costs.
That'd be a bit iffy about me. I'm an ASL product.
They are less enthused with that, but money is money. So they're like, oh well, I think that's a thing, I guess. Anyway,
But Draki's a marvel of
What I
medical
will do, though,
silence.
Svi, is I'm
Huh.
going to make myself look as flashy as possible with my hollow emitters. I
They
will
do-
dazzle them.
No, you're still showing off with your
Go,
technology, though.
go. I'm going to look up a Pulse sports team quick that's local.
You find the first one.
The
on
logos
the,
up the side.
you see, they're not currently playing, and it's out of season.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't
there's-
matter. I'm doing the go team flashing
Yeah,
around me.
they're all looking at you like you're some shit tier noob. It's just like, no, they're not even doing it right. No, just stop. Stop. Here's your room key. Go and sit in the corner and think about what you've become.
Sad
Even
face.
if a team isn't playing right now, the team is always in the off season doing stuff that's important
And she'll think
for
to
the
herself,
on season.
pulse wankers as she.
And unfortunately, when she does that, her neon sign going around her says "Pulse."
But in the meantime, Giant Man can tromp on through like Giant Man can, and they're all like, "Woo!" And so you receive no less than like 4 brochures for fights that you should be entering on your way by. There's like amateur night and stuff like that, and they're like, you should go in there and totally do this, and there's good money to be made, and at least 3 people give you phone numbers.
Josh just kind of saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, not much for fighting. Thank you very much, though." And hands it back.
Now is a great time to start.
Oh no, I abhor violence. That's why I'm so
Oh.
big.
Also, I will send off that we have room sorted to BB and
Okay.
And the entire time, I'm just kind of staring up at Drax, and literally meaning staring up.
Stop looking up his
I'm going to
there's
try
a
and
person-
extendo myself a bit to be more on level with Drek. This is really hard.
You just weren't tall enough before, were you?
It was always dreamed to be big. This way I'm finally taller than sister. I think.
Your family sounds scary.
My family is big. I was what you call a runt.
My husband always wanted to be bigger. Just looking at Drek.
in bed.
Is she
Yeah, that's actually what she's thinking. It's a very deadpan dick joke.
I like it.
Lucid tries to go into an explanation of very much it's not about that thing, and then stops and goes,
What about size
"Oh,
of penis?
it's Joe."
Oh.
Well done, dear. You solved the mystery.
In the meantime, there's lots of public references for jobs and the like that you can pick up once you get into the room and get everything situated. Your gear will be sent over and delivered as per before. And you can get like kind of take 2 on this and start seeking around for gerbs. So do a
Community search.
yeah,
Search?
community perceive, and I'm gonna decide what it is. It's probably
Communication.
oh, protocol would be my default one, but I'm kind of deciding like what the idea for like intuitively picking out something Nate for is. Actually, you could just tell me what it is you're looking for. Why do we have to roll for it? What are you trying to find? What is the point of interest that you're trying to look for?
We're all there, right? Or me and B.
Yeah,
you're
all
okay.
here.
I guess we're looking for Scooby Doo.
Yes, unusual things.
Oh, actually, I think that we should look for jobs that are easily solvable in a logical way. So let's just
That's
you know-
dull, dear.
Oh,
Nobody's look for monster sightings. Someone else can try something else unusual.
I'm gonna look into disappearances.
Everybody who's doing a seeking thing can do a community exert or a community perceive, and we'll say protocol. I'm looking this up.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Boom, bum, 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 ba, I rolled shit. Do do do.
So did I have a fault in protocol.
I don't.
12 plus 2. And this is simplified. If it will roll.
Which
I
is good. No, it's right.
Now, Jack. I did the best so far. I'd like to point out.
But what are you actually looking for, work-wise? So,
Oh yeah. What are you looking for, Toby?
Missing people reports, ghost sightings.
So if you're looking for generic, I'm
Generic
Google.
weird shit.
Yeah, just the odd.
Oh,
Oh,
thank God for that
Looking for the
simplify.
Scooby Doo.
yeah, with Simplify?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, so a few things will occur. Toberius
no
will leave.
computer!
This isn't computering!
The only person who's really finding anything of particular interest. The rest are just like, oh my god, these listings are so dull. I don't even, what am I supposed to be looking for? Why do those guys give us these
I
bad
opened
directions
one
sometimes?
browser and it's giving me like 3 body mod ads. It won't stop. Oh my god, every time I close one, 6 more open. I don't want to be a fox.
all about being taller. Tired of being short? Looks like your hand's really small. Tired of small hands?
That is unfortunate. I have been told there are many available women in my area, apparently. Most distressing.
Toberius is just looking at them with this horrified look. Don't you have ad blockers on?
Oh, wait, this one says I might have. Oh, there's like a prince on Venus?
Yeah, it's the tricky thing about having ad blockers on is that you're actually looking for ads. Looking through, Toberius manages to find a few things about missing people. There are some kind of disappearances at night that were listed. Apparently going around the coastline, just folks vanishing. It's an ongoing investigation that appears to have been going for a while now. Doesn't seem like an epidemic, but it looks like folks go missing at night. So IRPF is looking for eyes on the coast and trying to see if anybody has any information on people vanishing. And there is an ongoing list of jobs within that segment that you can kind of explore.
I'm tossing that stuff out to everyone's toggles, and I'm going to continue just searching and let them dig deeper into those jobs.
Looking through this, are there any sub-job listings in this that would
I don't
suggest
know
that
if we should work for the IRPF. You're already kind of on the.
Oh, I'm Claire. It's fine. Is there anything in here that suggests that the IRPF think it's something odd?
They are unaware of anything. Like they don't have any suspects. That's the big deal. Is that at the moment it's kind of a cold case, even though it's certainly active, because they're not finding a whole lot of evidence. So they're not sure if there's a trafficking ring going on, or if or something like that. It is kind of a local thing that's popped up out of this that you just kind of don't go near the water at night.
Oh, wait. Have we checked with local laws to see if we can take merc contracts safely? Do we have to sign up anywhere?
No, you're okay through the thing that you're currently in.
Okay, because I remember we had to deal with that
that's what
last
you're.
time. I just suddenly realized I didn't want to get in trouble for illegal shit more than we already are. I'm digging these holes. Careful.
We can keep this job on the back burner just in case something else comes up, but this does not seem to be our spookiness.
I mean, it could be.
Perhaps.
How are you guys all arranged right now? Like in the room? It's a pretty big room. I didn't really describe it, but it's big enough that Drac can kind of hang out in it comfortably. It's a giant bed in there, and there are guest beds. The guest beds are like around.
Drac's
I'm up
probably
against a
politely
wall.
sitting on the floor.
I'm probably grouped in a corner.
I'm up against a wall, just close enough I can yell at everybody.
So I'll be grouped near the door.
Okay.
How many beds
Penny,
are
as
in
you
this
look,
room?
what's that?
How many beds are in this room?
3. One of them's Drax. The other ones are normal and fit kind of within the same area as the one that is Drax.
I've kind of stolen
honestly, it
Drax's
looks like a party
pillows and
room.
built a pillow fort, and Toberius is hiding inside that.
He's taking all the pillows and he's just got a giant pillow fort.
If I only had my tinfoil hat, I'd get better reception.
There's just ears and a tail swishing back and forth excitedly behind it.
No, actually, he seems to be on a second floor at this point because those pillows of Drax.
For Drax, pillows were pretty big, yeah.
Pretty solid.
I don't want to go near your structure. If it collapses, I'll die. In fact, I'm not convinced you won't get hurt.
BB, were you looking as well, or were you doing other stuff?
Oh, I don't know. I was making sure we had coffee made and.
So no.
Hey, can you get me
No.
BB, can you get me
Donuts.
a cruller? I'd really like a cruller.
Yeah, sure.
You kind of got me
No
into those. I
problem.
really like them now, even though they're not mathematically perfect in shape.
As BB, as you're getting up and Tisa is talking about not saying a job of interest to her, you were a little confused as to why she would be saying that. Well, that little kid that once took a donut from you is now pointing at one of the jobs at the list.
Claire?
Yes, dear?
The kid's pointing at a job.
One of mine, she'll say, glancing an eye back, trying to keep focused on the job list.
I think your eye just kind of rotates around in your head.
You're attempting to sneak up on yourself, but oddly enough, it doesn't seem to run the same issue as it did before. Every time that you've kind of caught a glimpse of this creature in the past, it's vanished once you've seen it. This time it doesn't go away. It's just sitting there pointing at the job reference, kind of looking up at you inquisitively.
She'll frown a bit before moving the job listing close to her and going to see something.
There's no response or anything like that, and once it kind of looks like it's going to, it then fades away again. But you can see the job that's under it. It's one of the missing reports. It appears to be a specific location on the coastline, and the text in it is a little strange. Just sort of seems out of place. Mm-hmm. There's a listing of missing persons there and stuff, but the grammar is a little peculiar.
Do you want some fuck?
Yeah, do a mind, perceive, and logic.
Yeah.
Okay. It occurs to you that this might be a cipher of some kind. You won't be able to decipher it without the keys that are available, but that it looks like it's encoded in some way. It's not a bunch of numbers or anything. It's just sort of like the person who wrote this wrote it strangely.
I think my subconscious may have noticed something.
No. Is it your subconscious or your conscience? Have we figured that out yet?
I don't know. Job listing 4A on page 3. Take a look at that, everybody. Looks like it might be
man, it's like somebody didn't get to go to school or something.
Sev, when she says everyone take a look at it, I'm just kind of using my hollow projectors to project it into the room.
Yeah, you can do that. And it's up there, and it's indicating a specific area on the coastline. Looks like an abandoned warehouse sort of thing, wherein some disappearances occurred, and occasional power surges have taken place. Hasn't been investigated yet. There's no real money in the area. This is actually like a community watch that's put this up. Like, hey, if anybody wants a few bucks, we've got like a little pool of funding here. If you want to go check this out, we were concerned. But the language for it is weird. Just off a bit.
Sev?
Yeah.
I would like to see if my positive ability 1 deciphers anything out of this message.
What is the thingy?
I can recognize hidden messages in architecture and advertisements that will point me towards safe secret societies related to my own if they're around.
You don't know. It's not something from a secret society that you're aware of. Like, it doesn't translate, but it does look like the sort of things that somebody who had a secret language might do. Letters are out of place. Like, it's probably got some encryption key somewhere. So you don't think it's random chance. You don't know what the message is. It's not a society that you're aware of or anything, but it doesn't look like somebody just typoed.
I'm going to see if I can't do brute force cipher cracking on this. I doubt I'll be able to, because there's just probably too many ciphers, but I would like to go through the most readily available.
Okay. Do a mind, exert, and logic.
This isn't going to go well, but hey, why not?
You want help?
Yes,
You
please.
gonna ask for help?
Does anyone have any, I don't know, experience cracking ciphers? Or no secret languages?
I'm afraid not, dear.
I'm good at blueprints and stuff. What are you trying to do?
Well, me and my friends can leave messages hidden in information,
Mhm.
and someone's done it with this. Unfortunately, this is nothing I recognize, and if we can find the proper decryption key or solution for this, but I need help. I'm going to need help because this is not something I do, because this is not pure mathematics. This is someone playing with hexadecimal. Ugh.
Oh.
She was great.
She was pretty good.
Ah,
Also, if Tisa ever ends up in like a venison society, she's gonna have a tough time. She's like, "Listen, dear, come on, dear, get over here, dear."
Okay. Well, I can try to help you. I mean, if you're basically just trying to decipher a code, right?
Yeah, just code breaking.
I'll try.
Occasionally, we got serials from the surface, and they had these strange little decoder rings. I wish I had one.
Okay. Your surface areas are weird. Okay, so mind exert logic.
Mm-hmm.
Or 10. I get a 3 on this one, and I'm simplified, which is good.
Okay, you get pretty decent. 13's not bad. You don't get anything out of it that you can recognize, but you're fairly certain that you ran it through the ringer of obvious things. So what you kind of glean from this is that it might be a personal message. Like maybe a person is supposed to recognize this as opposed to it being a sort of deciphered.
I'll just kind of like run it through and going, I don't think it's any of the major ciphers for like organizations and stuff like that. I think it's probably meant for one person to understand. And that person isn't us. But looks like an
I'm
interesting
looking
job.
right at Tisa.
don't look at me, dear. I don't know what it is. But I would like to
You
check it
might
out.
not. You might not, but your nanites might.
But the main
That
thing
sounds
is
a bit sci-fi to me, dear. But we'll check it out.
sci-fi. I am also while this is,
Sci-fi
I'm looking
still
at
sci-fi
her.
in the future.
I know sci-fi is still a term that would see.
I'm looking at her going, you are sci-fi, sweetie.
No, I'm current science, dear. I'm no longer. I'm not fiction.
This is
But
true.
assuming my nanites know something that I don't, that's a bit out there.
I am going to finish typing up my report and sending a report to Smith regarding my latest interactions with Visitor. Is it Visitor?
Yeah.
I forget
Yeah,
what
that's the
I think we call him Visitor. So yeah, I'm sending my report of Visitor asking about me about my inadequacies. And how great that is. And then it's like the string of, hey, are you too short stuff coming up. And as I'm like slowly getting that twitch of, is the universe saying something? Not entirely sure he's not sending messages with my email.
So it apparently has the entire galaxy as its play place, astronomical values of trillions of miles, and yet I'm still short.
Wow. Yeah, so I'm doing that. So we gonna take this job?
I would like to.
Sounds like the most interesting thing.
No.
That'll be a distraction if nothing else.
And as getting on into the evening, you can grab yourselves a bite to eat and then kind of explore, because apparently most of this stuff happens at night.
Okay, we'll take the job and then we can go check out this place.
We can carry medium weapons in public as long as we're part of an organization that's recognized by the IPF, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
What's medium in the grand scheme of weapons?
Basically,
Well, you had the advantage of having a big guy who can carry a crate around too. So.
Yeah. Basically, I think the only thing that aren't medium are any land or heavy weapons.
Okay, so my tech assembly bow is fine, and my knife. So I'm bringing
Guess
those.
what? I have a heavy
A
weapon.
heavy weapon. Yeah, but you just put it in Drax's freaking backpack at this point.
Here's Deanie gun.
Why do I envision a Rocket Raccoon and Groot thing going on here?
Are you gonna start riding him around because he's got your gun?
You were already riding the other one around.
I
Well,
know.
here's the thing.
Theoretically, you could just put it down on my shoulder, and
I have an emplacement rig on it now.
Well, that is an option at some point.
Guess what, Drax? You're now in a placement.
Okay.
Tisa is going to actually look at her sniper rifle, and despite the legality of it, will think better. And, offer it up to Drac.
Drac will take it. Also put it in the
I
bag.
figure I may cause a panic if I'm carrying that.
I'm gonna do my tech. I'm bringing my
Okay.
tech assembly bow because it's bitty anyway, and it's an assembly bow, so I think it breaks down. I think.
No, the other one
Maybe
breaks down.
because-
Oh, this one doesn't break down. Well, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
bitty. It's on my.
But
bow.
it is itty bitty. Nobody's really paying attention to the tiny thing.
Yeah, not when there's the bear.
Well, this is sort of a new thing. The IRPF is aware of the miniaturization technology, but it's until you actually see it, like it's difficult to kind of notice.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably trying to still figure out whether it stands lawfully.
You are in a unique kind of legal situation right now, Penny, that you might want to, like, it depends on how your character feels about it. There are a lot of situations right now with micros being arrested and or shot and killed because it's very difficult to identify whether their toys are real, because they've always had toy guns of their size that nobody's ever worried about before. Suddenly now they work. It's only been about a year. So it's
My toys are real though.
Yeah, well, so occasionally, like there have been people who have been panicked and stuff like that. Like it's kind of a hot button socially at the moment. So if you want to pack it around or not, it used to be that a micro could walk these streets with a toy gun and nobody gave a damn.
Actually, let me look because I don't remember if my armor has a sheath for it. I guess my sheath would only be good for one thing anyway.
I don't think it comes with the armor.
I bought all the upgrades for it, so I was just trying to see if I have it. But see, I see. If I'm choosing between, I'd rather keep the bow with me. Screw it. I'll leave the bow and the dagger in somebody's inventory.
Drac,
You
you
can
have
put it in one of the other pockets.
I'm not putting it in Drax's inventory. I am not going near that. No.
She's terrified of him.
Yeah. No.
Aw.
No. It's basically small dog in a hallway looking at somebody going, "Nope, you might step."
Why don't you all go get something to eat, and I'm going to go on ahead and just wait, stake out the place.
Maybe you shouldn't go by yourself.
I think I can stay hidden quite easily.
But what if not?
Well, then I suppose I either cause a panic or something kills me, you know.
Oh.
There aren't too many possibilities.
I mean, it's just a couple minutes. We could socialize with our friends. Wouldn't that be nice?
She looks hesitant.
If you were
before-
social.
I mean, how often do we get time to socialize a little before a mission and make wonderful memories of friendship?
Yes, thank you, Penny. I think I understand
Really
your point.
flat look.
This is a really flat look.
Okay, where are we going to go to eat?
The drive-thru.
Burger Sovereign.
Burger Sovereign?
Burger Sovereign. Oh, fine. Let's go.
Okay.
Well, I am okay, but
Penny's like, I wanted to go to
Oh,
Trendy's.
Drac. Don't people of your condition need, considerably more sustenance?
Right about then, the Pulse representative will come in with a menu of stuff specifically for these giant people that they like to build. There'll be a ring at the doorbell, and there's a
I was going to
quickly
figure
looking.
that maybe the burger servant sold that type of thing, and Drac might have eaten it once on a dare.
No, it's actually not generally publicly available because the only people who need it are people that have had this surgery. The Pulse particular stores will carry it, but Burger Sovereign doesn't want to make that. It actually takes a fair amount of science to put it together.
It ruins the
But
flavor.
in this particular hotel, it is an option because this is a Pulse-owned hotel, and so room service will basically come by, and there's this cute guy in like a flight attendant's outfit, basically, and it's like, behold my menu, which has a variety of
Do
superfoods.
you have a menu for the rest of us?
Well, not for that. He says.
No, I mean,
pointing
but
to
I know, but regular food.
Oh yeah, sure. And then we'll present the other menus as well next to the other menu. You will note that the menu for smaller people is smaller than the menu for larger people, which is larger.
It's not just physically; it's also longer.
Yeah,
shorter.
no, he does have fewer food options, but there's quite a few of them, and they all boast more flavors per square inch. Like it's got catch phrases on it of like it tastes like a steak and cheese per bite kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's enhanced flavors, so the ice cream is built directly into the meat.
It is always best defined in PSI.
Yeah.
PSI? No,
Yep.
FSI.
Penny's gonna order one of those burgers that's between like multiple donuts for BB.
Can you put it all on my tab, please? Addy says, using her magical ability. I don't know if I can. Can I cover superfood?
No,
Okay.
for fancier meals, you still have to do your cash for.
Okay.
You can feed everybody else.
Okay, so I'm gonna get like one of those burgers between donuts, and it'd be like for BB, with a big pot of coffee, and then
That's thank you.
and
I
then
guess.
I'm probably gonna have Penny's gonna go. She's having self-image worship issues now because things. She's gonna have a salad. Because clearly, this is how she's going to counter. Everybody wants her to get bigger. She's going to get lighter. Take that, world. Salad.
Isn't that a little stereotypical, Penny?
Why?
Hamsters eating greens?
Actually,
All hamsters must be strictly carnivores, lest they reinforce the social structure.
Mostly
most
they're
hamsters
young.
are actually omnivores, and they eat insects and things like
They're
that.
young.
And young.
and they're young. Yes.
I never knew my mother for a reason.
Also, it's the superfood cost of 200, like the food cost of 50, which actually covers about a week.
Yeah, I'm actually pondering some tweaks with the way that it functions on the whole.
Hmm.
We'll waive this meal until I sort of debate
Yeah.
this one a little bit.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Because the idea was that it's a supplement to the standard food, but I don't have anything about time duration on it right now, so
Yeah.
we'll figure it out in the future.
The first shipment of superfood is free with the surgery for.
Yeah, it's basically that it supplements the standard meal so that you aren't constantly eating to try to keep up with the metabolic change that was going on. But I don't have anything about for how long it lasts or anything per thing, and it wasn't 200 credits per meal. So
You might also have to change part of the description of macro thing, because macrography specifically states you eat it instead of normal.
yeah, so it's got to be
Like
tweaked a little
implies
bit.
it, yeah.
I am going to try to encourage friendly discussion as per my manual on how to make friends. As try to use funny anecdotes that are from my book. Wait, I may have the
Wait,
pad out
that-
while reading really stoically about to be like friendship is great.
Wait, so are you reading someone else's anecdotes as if they're your own?
Huh? No, I'm reading basically a funny anecdote to tell would be about a time in school when something humorous happened to you, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
There was a time in school when something humorous happened to me.
Sev,
Yeah.
while she's discussing all this, I'm actually throwing together a very quick program for my hollow emitters.
Okay, what's
Claire?
it gonna do?
Claire?
Yes. Oh, yes, that's my name. Yes.
Would you allow me to send you over a program for your hollow emitter?
Send it. Yes, send it to me. I'll take a look.
Did you
What
run
is
your
it?
antivirus?
It's just going to be a little program that reads the walls in a room and sees how many other hollow emitters are there, and generates a holographic balls that people can pass around and just throw around a room.
They won't disguise though.
Oh no,
If that's
it's
what you're
not.
trying to do.
No, it's not supposed to be disguised. It's
It's a
literally
physics
supposed to-
game. It's a
Embracer
fake
says
ball
that.
to around.
Yeah, it's
okay.
entertainment. It's
He's making
basically
hot potato for
Yeah.
holographic emitters.
that you can bounce off walls and
He's making beach balls
Not
that you can throw
damage
around.
stuff.
So I can do the isolation scenes in the Great Escape, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
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 We can be Steve McQueen?
Yeah.
All right. And that's all
and
I
I'm
wanted
just going to
do.
generate a ball of light and go, catch Tisa, and toss it to her.
Tisa smites it using the smite command.
A tendril just shoots out of nowhere.
You has a ball.
A small child gets slammed into the ball as it returns. Well, let's go out then. That was a pretty good meal.
As you exit the building, it is getting on to the evening. You've reached about a sunset period. By the time you make your way over to the coastline, it will be darker.
Cool.
The fog is kind of kicked up. It's pretty quiet out here. The local feel is that you don't really walk around out here at night because there are issues of people vanishing. You don't make for an easy target-looking team as large as you are, but you might send some people in a panic because, like, there is a giant stalking the coasts of the fog at the moment. So, like, you know, maybe
a bit of split up and keep in communication.
What teams do we want to make?
Team Normal, she points at Toberius and BB. Team Giant, she points at Drek. And Team Hidden, points at herself and
Team Giant seems really lonely.
Yeah, but he's like 6 people in total.
He really is.
Yes.
it's either that or you can go with him, Penny dear.
No, that's okay. I'm fine. No.
Claire,
Yes, Toberius?
you do realize if I get away from Drax, I am completely unarmed, right?
Well, we're no longer walking public streets, so go ahead and grab your weapon from him.
it is dark out. You appear to be fairly alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my gun. I'll get my bow.
Everybody watch out for snakes. This is the time where they crawl.
Tisa will also get her.
You
rifle
always
with Drek.
crawl.
Yeah, I get my weapon just in case, and then I'll sling it over my back and my death mark. All right. I'm never unarmed. Ooh.
This is going to be a bad idea, but fine. I'm sticking with you, BB. Or am I taking out of trouble?
Oh, I don't think I have the ticket on me. Did someone give
You
me
are the ticket.
Remember, keep comms open and call if you need help.
BB.
Yeah?
Just want you to know you're a really good friend, okay?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you too.
All right.
Now, do you guys want to like stagger your approach? Because like you split up, but you're all heading in the same direction because there was only one location.
Yeah, but we're gonna do it from like 10 feet of separate.
Yeah, I'm actually going to split off towards the narrow things and such. I'm sure
Okay.
Penny can manage that.
Yeah, I'll manage. I can keep up with you actually quite well, I think. I do 7. What do you do?
7.
Yeah, so we keep up with each other.
Good team.
Yep, good
All
team.
right. There is a large
I'm
warehouse.
full activating my own R as I go.
There is a large warehouse. Let me see if I can get an appropriate map here. Oh, what is this thing called at the factory? No, that's not it. How about this one? No, that won't do. This one. No, that's not gonna work. All right, we're just gonna have to fudge it because I don't really have one that's super great for it right at the moment.
Okay.
A large factory. It's kind of like a Home Depot, but it's worn down. Looks like it hasn't been running for a while. There's
Like
some.
the Home Depots.
I don't even want to talk about how much money I've had to spend on there over the past 2 years. just past year, basically, since taking on this home remodel. It's like staggering amounts of Home Depot cash.
Yep.
So it's pretty worn out. And there are vehicles that are kind of broken down outside, but every once in a while you will see lights kind of flickering on the inside and hear the sound of things powering up and then turning off again, like there's old equipment inside. It is difficult to tell where any of it's really coming from. Or what it is that it's intended to do from the outside. There's no signage or anything. It definitely doesn't look like it's getting regular traffic.
Does it
But
look like it has skylights or anything?
yeah, there's even holes in the
someone just
roof.
knocked on one of my windows. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. As Drac, are you approaching from the front, or what are you trying to do?
Yeah, I'll be the obvious one.
Okay, so you
He
walk
can
in
be anything
forward.
otherwise.
Yeah, pretty much. And then VB, do you know roundabout how you want to do it?
Hatdan?
Sorry, I phased out for a second there. You're gonna have to repeat that.
How do you want to sneak up on the warehouse? Because Drac's going in the
How do you
front.
want to approach the warehouse? Drac's going on the front door.
Sneak might not be the best term.
How do you want to approach the warehouse?
You gotta go find the
Walk
exit sign.
toward.
Okay, so that team didn't really D-team very much. They're just sort of walking together toward the front.
Unless somebody's telling me
Well,
to
Toberius
do
is with
otherwise.
you, so maybe Tobias
He-
is deciding.
Well, Toby's
Yeah.
AFK, so let's just
Yeah,
assume.
Well, as I was saying, when he gets back.
Yeah.
We'll figure
that's
that out
what I'm
later then.
thinking is it may be best to wait for him for
And
us.
Tisa will actually point out towards the roof to Penny.
Uh,
Try climbing.
If only you could leap.
I don't like climbing, but I can do it.
Penny, as you look toward the building in the darkness, there's going to be this momentary glimpse of a bipedal figure that absolutely dwarfs the building. It's very nondescript, just dark with long limbs, like it's leaning over it and holding it with both hands, one on either side of this several 100-foot long structure. Vaguely highlit by just city lights in the background. It goes away after you look at it for a second.
Did you see?
You did. See what?
There was a figure roughly bigger than the building, kind of holding either end of it. I think it was. Is that what you said, Zev?
Yeah.
She'll glance, see if she can see whatever.
He's gone now. Well, it's gone now, but it had the really long kind of arms and.
What did the figure look like, dear?
I really can't describe it.
Color.
It was dark. It was just like a silhouette.
Do you need to pull out of this mission, dear? If this is too stressful, we
Oh
can.
no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Let me. It's just it might be a thing. Maybe.
Okay. Well, you keep an eye out for that. Okay.
Well, I mean, he it might just be the visitors. Just might. Maybe it's just him because he came and visited me during the surgery, and it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
I'm back.
Of course, dear.
Was it actually somebody, Toby?
No.
Oh.
It was probably a bunch of kids just knocking on my window and then running.
Okay. Toby, how are you and Drac approaching this building?
He was with
I'm
BB.
probably
not
riding on
Drac,
Drac's
BB.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Not Drac,
BB,
BB.
rather.
Oh, BB.
Yeah.
Drac is going in the front. We were sneaking. How are you guys gonna go for it? Are you gonna look for a side entrance? Or are you just gonna be like, fuck it, we're going for the front too, or what?
Well, first off, I'm sending a message to Keel and Aiden with a copy of the advertisement we had found.
Good
just a note
plan.
saying-
Somebody did that.
And just a note saying, job.
Mhm.
And I think BB and I are going to hunt for a side entrance.
Okay. So you
Okay.
can go from the other side of it.
Is there any sort of clear way up on the roof?
There, you can probably. You're actually kind of on a ledge if you go around through the side of it, so you can either leap or you can try to climb up.
I can stretch you across and then let Benny walk across me.
It's true. You can try to do that.
Are you sure? Is that safe?
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. If not, I'll fall and hurt myself a bit.
Okay. I don't know. Do you think I should see if he's trying to tell me something?
Doesn't she look tired, Tisa?
She's having that pause of like not sure whether she'd like play into these delusions or not.
Wait, what did I just hear? Did you say it? Doesn't she look tired, Tisa? Who are you saying that? Is that you just saying?
No, that was just speaking for
Bring down your government.
okay.
Yeah.
It's the bring down your government line from Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't she look tired?
I think, dear, if this visitor thing that you're talking about is what it is, then it would just want to be watching what you're doing, and I think you should carry on as normal.
Okay, he hasn't done that before, so.
Maybe it's something else, and you just need to keep your eye out. Yes.
Okay. Should I like? She makes a frown. No, I'm not gonna use my implant.
No, there's probably best not to. Not unless we have to. Right, going to try and extend those stretcho.
Yeah, to a buddy.
Penny slowly gets the feeling that people don't trust her as much as she hoped. She needs to revisit courses 1 through 3 on friendship. Trust building exercise.
I think I get a thing for this. Let me check my physical enhancement. I hope so. Otherwise, this is going to be a bang bang.
Goodbye.
The difficulty checks are reduced related to physical exertion by 1. Does not count as a simplification. So no, I'm fucking boy.
Okay, so is this gonna happen at the point I walked across, or is this gonna happen before?
It's basically when she's reaching to get it. She reaches to get it and doesn't make it.
Does she fall?
Yeah, she'll tumble forward. Allie, you can attempt to try to catch yourself before you go falling too far down the mountainside.
Okay. What do you want?
The same thing.
Can I try to grab her?
Yeah.
I mean,
it just becomes 1 difficulty harder. There's like 2 chances for.
Can I try to grab her?
Hey.
Yeah, okay, because it's reduced by 1. She manages to stop herself from falling face first off the mountainside.
Oh. Okay, let's try that again. Let's just leave this, yes? Bad idea.
Okay. If you think so.
Do you want me to carry you?
No. I can try. I can try.
Okay. Alright, so we're gonna try leaving this one because that'll work better.
Do it.
Do it.
Hey!
Yeah, I'll say you can make it over the other side. It's not exactly the softest landing though.
Okay.
When you land over there, it rattles the tin roof pretty heavily. It thumps a little bit.
Tether.
Nice.
Bow. Tether tip, right?
Yeah, I think so. What's that say? No, it says you can attach the thing to it, right?
Yeah, I
So,
can attach a rope.
Do you have a rope?
I'm checking. Oh, I didn't buy a rope this. No, wait. No.
I'm a rope.
I deleted the rope. It's in my wish list.
Nice.
I knew I needed that rope.
Oh, hang on a second.
Oh, wait. I have the ONR suit. Let me see if I have anything. No. Well, no. Scatterline unit's not going to help. Screw that. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to make this leap, apparently. So, athletics? I'm assuming body exert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be ready to try and catch her.
I'm going down. I have a simplification for climbing and clinging. This is neither of those things.
No, that counts. Oh, no, you're leaping, aren't you?
Yeah, we're leaping, because unless I'm... actually, is it possible for me to climb across or no?
No, there's nothing
Yeah.
there to climb on.
Alright, I'm going to try and leap this.
Okay, I'd like to try and grab her.
Yeah, goodbye.
And it
Falling.
depends how far she... Does she make it far enough out that I can try and whip arm out and grab her?
Where are you at, 221? No, you're on the other side of the thing.
Yeah.
You were able to leap to it. You can try to grab her, yeah.
Okay, alright. Body set.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want athletics or... Well, what would have been dexterity subterfuge?
It'd be athletics for this, because it
Okay.
kind of poured everything into that.
Ah!
Okay. Yeah, you can snag her.
Ah!
Sure, it's all kind of loud up there. At this
Yeah.
point, you've heard your partners have heard you from the other side of the building, and
So how far up are we, by the way?
well, it's the top of the store warehouse. So you're talking 30 or 40 feet.
This was a dumb
much
idea.
of that
This
is
was a
full
very
damage?
dumb idea that we had. Why didn't we just climb up like the gutters on the side of this
I
thing?
could have probably just snaked up those. Come to
Yeah, I could have probably climbed it. You probably could have
We're
slurped
very
up
good
it.
at this job.
We didn't do this right. We're having this discussion now at the top.
Roughly how much fall damage on average is 30 to 40 feet?
Enough to kill Sam.
Well, you can do athletics to reduce it if you got lucky, but
And
it would be
if
plus.
If
It's like +4.
If I held Penny, could I reduce her damage? Could I be shock absorption?
Well, you were able to catch her. You can just carry her. She's like.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just asking
Yeah.
for future reference.
I don't really like this plan, so yeah. But
We're into the building through the skylight.
We're no. Next time we bring a rope.
So, Team Not Self of BB and Toberius, you have a great distraction going on the roof. If you wish to become Team Self.
I look up at BB. Sneak?
Hatdan?
Sorry, I'm losing it right here.
Okay.
You're gonna have to repeat that again.
Sneak?
No,
Apparently, part of our team has caused a lot of chaos on the roof, and we now have the opportunity to sneak in.
Well,
That'd be dishonest, wouldn't it?
we could just go in, you know.
Yeah, I was of the same thought. Still had to bring it up. Let us go, sally forth.
Sorry forth.
But my name's BB.
I didn't call you Sally though.
And who's Sally?
Who's fourth?
Fourth.
Call me Shirley.
So who the other Sallys?
So, you guys coming through the door.
Yeah,
Yep.
and we're holding a very interesting conversation.
Drac, you
Thanks,
are
Tarantino.
also
Come
getting
through
to
the
be.
big front door.
Yeah, you have to squeeze into the side. You'll both arrive roughly at the same time. BB and Tiberius, yeah, are going to be on the same floor level as you, but off kind of behind some stuff. On the interior is this big space. There are aisles and several large pieces of machinery that occasionally flicker lights like emergency lighting. There also appears to be a large amount of gutted wiring, like other pieces of equipment might have been there temporarily and removed. Circuits that were sort of left open, like they might have been powering other stuff, are currently gone. Up on the rooftop, there is the skylights that you two Bono can be looking down through to see on the inside. But it is fairly dark in here other than the emergency lighting so far.
Sev, I would like to listen for wireless connections. And if there's a system that I can turn on the lights, I would like to do so.
Do a mind exert or mind perceiving computers. It doesn't appear to be anything computer oriented active in this area. Thing is kind of a husk.
It's quiet in here.
I'm going to send a message to the group saying, not quiet, but we made it to the roof.
Jack will send a message back saying we have noticed.
Looking down through the skylights, is this a style warehouse where there's sort of like catwalks sort of near the roof, or?
Yeah, there's a place you could probably drop down onto.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
I hate the rungs on these ladders. Shit.
I'm just over my toggle, over my wireless connection to everyone. It is dead in here. There is not a single computer system in this place.
If I was gonna, like, steal people, like, this would be the place. I mean, this is spooky. Is there a way to turn the lights on?
No,
Right about
that's
as
just
the
it.
that you say, turn the lights on, there is a sudden blinding flash from a really indescript area. Like, it wasn't emanating from a machine, it wasn't coming from the ground or anything else. It was just sort of seemed to beam outward from nothing, invisible space. And it lances through the catwalk that you're on and the roof above it. Just
Holy shit!
cuts the whole thing right next to you and sends the catwalk sliding downward forward to the ground that you two are on.
Gonna try and protect Penny.
Gotta try to not die!
Do dodge saves.
Oh,
dodge
dodge. Dodge. Ah.
It's D10
saves.
equal or under your evade.
I'm fine.
So,
I'm probably okay.
I'm good at this.
I'm good.
okay, you managed to keep yourselves from tumbling off the edge. As the catwalk goes careening downward to the ground, it's falling on a slope. Do you want to like leap down to the ground or ride it on the way down?
Probably roll with it. Might be set.
Yeah, we'll ride with it, because probably will take less
Okay.
damage, maybe.
There are sparks flying from the ceiling as you roll down the side of it and arrive on the ground next to Drac and BB and Toberius, sort of on the side. Your eyes are temporarily blanked from the sudden flux of light that came out of nowhere. This really bright beam that's kind of left that, when you look at the sun or a second, where it's just that blinding spot in your retina. Makes it hard to see for a moment.
I think we found the monster!
As you are readjusting, there is the sound of extremely heavy footsteps, just thump, 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 coming from the back end of the area and into view through these sparking wires that have now been severed by whatever this laser was. Comes this massive figure that looks like a combination between this kind of deep synthetic flesh that looks a lot like Tisa's and also like an armored carapace. It's Taric in shape and has I don't know what kind of details that you'd put on it. Some degree of paint detailing, essentially, of some sort that you're not necessarily familiar with. Might be a personal design, might not be. But an armored face with 4 eyes on it and thick kind of plating across the back. And in between each of these sort of flesh plates is the synthetic skin, like Tisa's nanites that are holding each of them together. Face looks a bit like such.
Oh, let me get that open.
Funk. Appears to be some degree of feline tar, but it is huge and heavy and is clutching axes in both hands while kind of synthetic tendrils are kind of thrashing in the background, a la squirmy bits and such. And if it can look angry, it does.
Sev?
Pause it there. Yep.
Actually, before you hit the pause, I'm snapping a picture. I'm sending it to Aiden Keel and just putting a tag on it going, I'm calling it a Myrmidon.
A Myrmidon.
What manner of bioform is this?
I coined it. It's a Myrmidon.
Before they snap away, Drac is pulling his shield and staff.
His stick. Alright, well, I will stop the stream then. Unless there's anything you want to say.
No, that was it.
Okay, let me.
And on a ship